a little dead meme. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me? What about red? Fuck you, little bitch. Hey, look, I'm hoping it's brand new. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me?
Let's go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Snark Tank Podcast. It's me. The same people. I'm going to stop introducing us because at this point, like, if you don't know, there's like 25 episodes at this point that you can go to and find. You know who we are. Fuck you. Welcome back.
Calm down. I'm still your co-host, Tom Sweeney, my other co-host, some Derek Black man. Some black male.
That's it right there. You got it. You got it right the first time.
Oh, you should be Derek Blackmail or Blackmail Man.
Blackmail
Man.
Blackmail Man. All right.
We should be the Black Mailman.
What is wrong with you?
We can go on our own little venture. We could be the Blackmails. Where we spell it like mail.
Is this like another one of your show ideas, like the Grim Adventures of Tyrone and Darius?
Dude, that's such a good name.
Is it though?
It is.
Is it?
And like, what's the name of the two brothers that would solve mysteries with each other?
Oh,
the Harvey brothers?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what the fuck it's called.
I never watched that, but I know what you're talking. I mean, I never read that shit, but I know what you're talking about.
I think of me and Jalen turning back and like having flashlights and like we're in like a dark area, like in a cave, going to solve a fucking mystery.
That's actually kind of good because black folks are notorious for not taking chances like that shit. Like they don't go and explore the bullshit things and get murdered.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't either, but I just like the idea.
Yeah, but see, now you will. Exactly.
I'm not gonna get murdered, right?
I mean, you probably are.
You Dang, I don't like this that much anymore.
I think it's a bad name. Maybe use a different name.
Why is it a bad name, Chris? Why? Let's
I don't know, Sweeney. Maybe you don't want to have a black-centered show with a name that's stolen from somewhere else. Maybe that's not the best idea.
The Grim Adventures of Tyrone. That doesn't mean.
There's no other Grim Adventures.
I can spell it Grim like
they
do the Grim show. Not the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I'm gonna spell it with an H somewhere. Like Graham.
Dude, it's so obviously stolen.
Graham. It's a good idea, honestly. Let me know with the comments. When we put this on YouTube, let me know if it's a good idea, guys.
Oh my God. We have merch. We have merch at teespring.com/stores/snark-tank. There's a bunch of hoodies over there, and if you support us on Patreon, you get the art files for free. Like the at any tier, you get the. I want to get away from whatever the hell Sweeney's talking about.
Why are you hating so much on the progress, yo? Like, it's a good idea.
Then make it. Go make it.
Look, I'll concede that the blackmail, whatever that was a pretty good idea. I pictured something like having a P.O. box, and we'll just have people send us,
like fried chicken recipes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like how good your fried chicken is, and you send like different fried chicken recipes, and we make What am I doing?
Derek, that genuinely would have been a great idea for like a P.O. box show, blackmail.
It's not bad, man. We'll congregate after the show.
We'll congregate.
Yeah.
We'll congregate and get called, and the police called us because we're loitering, but we'll do it.
Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, so just to get everybody up to speed, there are some new Snark Tank animations on YouTube right now. Obviously, this is a podcast, so I can't show them to you or link them. And if I played them for you, they would just be parts of the podcast. so it would make no sense for me to do that. But there are two new ones in just the last day that we got. One by Mistletoe's art about the alien Molotov story, and the other one by Cube Punks with Sweeney's fireball story, where he threw a fireball out of a city building. And they're both really
worse than it already is. It's already bad. Don't illustrate it anymore.
They're both really good. We love them. I'm gonna be making a playlist on the Snark Tank YouTube channel for like all the animations that we get, because it seems like we're probably gonna get a decent amount of them. I would hope so, because like I love them. They bring me alive. It's the most rewarding part of doing the show, honestly. And we don't want to. I don't want to re-upload all of them to the channel, because I just I wanted to put at least one out there on the main channel so people knew that it was a thing and people could like maybe get inspired to do it. But putting all of them on there, just like I'd rather just like link to the original videos. So that's kind of what the plan is going forward. They're so good. They're so good. The Fireball one in particular is so good.
Fantastic.
It's hilarious. All of them are great
man.
though. It's insane. Thank you guys for all that
they're
shit.
all-
Like, it's insane.
They're all wild. The fact that people bother to sit there and like draw to storyboard the shit that we talk about is insane. Because that's actually work that people get paid to do. And they're just like doing it. It's just wild. Anyway, so that's some of the housekeeping that's in order. So what's going on? What do we got to talk about here today? We got Jake Paul is in the news again, of course.
Jake Paul is
Jakers.
I can't believe how well, I guess I can believe it because all the way back to, I would say, like 2017, when he conspired with an assistant to try to get like FaZe Banks thrown in jail, where he was like, FaZe Banks beat my assistant or something, got her in a chokehold, and then she put on fake makeup, and then it quietly got swept under the rug. I guess they settled outside of court, but I was just like, dude, that's like the craziest thing I've ever heard of. That's like, as far as YouTube goes. And so I guess I'm not surprised that fast forward to the stuff that's been going on recently, Jake Paul got caught on film, like participating in the riots and the looting. And he was like, oh, I was just filming this shit. But somebody handed him a stolen bottle of vodka from P.F. Chang's. So it's like, you're on camera. How are you trying to justify this? I don't even understand this.
I don't understand. He has enough money to not have to do shit like that. Like, I just don't get. Is it just the necessity to be in the limelight? Because
I think there's a part
no
of it, yeah.
reason. There's just no reason, and like, there's no good reason for him to be involved in that at all.
Yeah,
He can't help himself. He can't.
Like, he could have easily, like, he has enough following. He could have easily just posted something and be like, Black Lives Matter. Here's a link to this, that. Post a black screen, even like something, and then just like stay away from that. But no, he had to go and get involved in the worst part of it. It's like, bro, come on.
It's funny that you even mentioned that about, like, say, maybe saying something, because he had like a justification, somewhat of an apology video or whatever that you can't, rate or comment on. And he attached a charity on that video, and it raised, like, say, tens of thousands of dollars. That's what it showed, like, for the NAACP. And it was like, people are like, oh, that's awesome. Like, what a good guy. And then this Asian dude comes out on TikTok and he's like, hey, this is my charity. And he just stole it and pretended it was his. So he just can't, like, he can't.
Bro,
not do
imagine stealing a charity, dude.
This guy,
You stole
bro.
You
This
looted
guy.
a charity.
He looted a charity.
What?
This man is a comic book villain, bro. This guy is fucking ridiculous.
You remember when Shane Dawson made a 9-part documentary about how cool he is?
He didn't make it. Wasn't really about how cool he was, but it's definitely not.
Wow, Jake Paul goes off-roading in his backyard and he put me in the car. What is gonna happen? It's just so fucking obnoxious.
I have no ill will to the shade at all, but I'm just saying, like, God damn, Jake, you got to do better, bro. You're a role model. You're actually, like, as much as people don't want to acknowledge it, people that create content are role models, dude, and you are just facilitating such bad ideas into people's minds, dude.
Think about and by the way, Jake, think about who is telling you this.
Me, bro.
Think about
Me,
the
dude.
fact that Sweeney of all people.
I go to bed watching live leak videos. That shit puts me at rest. And I'm telling you, bro, just take a step back and just look.
I was talking to Sweetie about the animations, about the Snark Tank animateds, and how the fact that, like, Derek, you're always drawn with like a Mass Effect thing. I'm drawn with like either just the typical clothes that I wear, just like a Halo shirt or something. And then Sweeney always has like it's not a furry, not a psychopath, or live leak. It's just all.
That's how I'm created. I'll have sweatpants on, I have my slides on, and I have a shirt that says "not a furry" or live leak.
That is what defines you. That is your defining.
What if I
trait.
get a sponsor from Live Leak? Would that be sick? Like, my streams have like Live Leak sponsorships on it.
Do they
insane?
Is Live Leak even allowed to fucking sponsor?
It's for educational purposes, bro. That's what it says when you go on the website.
How would you even? How would you do a live? Derek, how would you do a Live Leak ad read for a video?
I got one ready. Let's see what you got, Derek. I want to hear yours.
I can't even. I can't even. Okay, but my mind just doesn't work that way, Sweeney.
Bro,
I could probably do it.
go for it, because let's hear it. Let's hear it. You're fucked enough.
Hey everybody, this video is brought to you by LiveLeak. Have you ever seen men die? Have you ever seen souls vanish? Have you ever seen the light in a man's eyes dwindle into a pale spot? Come to LiveLeak and you'll find all sorts of things like that. Also, horny lesbians get grandpa midget surprise, exclusively available with the affiliate link.
That's not LiveLeak, bro. It's eFuck. It's close though. It's his cousin.
No, it's on LiveLeak.
It's on LiveLeak?
Of course it is.
Nani.
Where else is it gonna be? It has like 2 places. Listen, it has 2 places that it could be. It's eFucked or LiveLeak. There's nowhere else.
I love how that video is so fucking unnerving that it's not even on regular porn sites. That's how crazy it is. You know the shit I've seen on porn sites? I've seen whole arms inside of women. But that video, a video of a tiny little creature joining in on a fucking threesome, is not on it. That's fucking gnarly.
I watched all of Schindler's List on a porn site once.
It was actually on there.
I watched I watched the new Dark Side Wars on a porn site. The newest DC movie. I was gonna watch porn and I found it on there, and I was like, oh shit. And I watched the whole movie on there.
That's so funny. I've legitimately thought about starting to just upload a Pornhub because I was like, dude, YouTube fucking sucks so much that I legitimately think I'd have a better time and be more successful on Pornhub. And I can actually like show my fucking dick, which is something I've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting sick of not being able to show it, honestly. I have a girlfriend, so I had to talk to her about that first. But once we get past that first part, bro, I'm just gonna start whipping it out everywhere or online.
It gets really annoying having to like frame the camera around it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. it's so apparent.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Hide it?
What are we gonna do? Be decent and not reveal my genitals to people that don't want to see it? Fuck that. Fuck that and fuck them,
bro. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I've gotten a lot of messages when I revealed. This was probably like 2 years ago. I revealed that 90% of the videos I record are just pantsless. I just have like my boxer briefs on. Yeah. Because what's the point of putting pants on? And I got a lot of messages about like, hey, you should show me what's under there. Kind of, I'm like, what's happening here? This is...
Yo, that's fucking grungy.
It makes me contemplate a fucking OnlyFans, man. Like,
honestly.
There isn't a huge demand, but I think I could still make a good amount of scratch from there.
I want to try it.
You could probably make at least some significant portion of rent, probably.
Yeah. I want to bring it up. I want to try it, but I don't understand how I'm going to reveal that to my girlfriend. I just don't know how. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get her to be okay with that. 'Cause she'll just dump me. She'll be like, I can't. Why are you doing that? Like, you don't need to do that right now. I'm just like, but honey, what about the lols?
Yeah, and I'm making ass loads of cash for just showing my dick. It's just there.
It's
and
just
now there's
dick,
money
Lily.
in my account.
It's just a dick.
That's like when Repsion was like selling feet pics.
Dude, what?
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, I'm making bank just selling feet pics. Like, damn, dude, nice. It's just stupid because like there are videos I've put videos on my channel where like people could see my feet and that's for free. And this dude's making bank off it. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, honestly,
listen, man. Yeah, get your money. The human race is collapsing anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's a
from
great
here on
point.
out. Who cares?
Yeah,
like,
fuck that, man.
It's so fucked right now.
You know what? You guys convinced me. So I'm gonna start with Cameo. I'm gonna see how that goes.
A cameo of your feet?
Well, yeah, you ease into it. Just start showing the stuff that's like kind of what would you PG-13? Just on Cameo. I'm gonna start with Cameo.
Does ever get out of PG-13 until a dick is showing up? Like, you can never just have a foot thing and it's PG-13. If it's like, it can never really get out of the range of like PG because it's just feet. But once you start showing genitals and feet, then it's like out of the range. Because feet stuff is just feet.
Yeah, it is just feet, and that's why I don't really give a shit about people paying to see my feet. It's pretty great. And so Cameo first. I don't know, maybe $5 a pop starting off. Maybe bump it up to 20, and then slide into OnlyFans.
You know what I just realized? You know what I just thought of this. This is a moment of like a real human being emerging. I'm literally contemplating right now selling pictures of my penis. What has happened to me? What is just like I had a moment of clarity where I was like, you are really about to take fucking really good pictures of your dick to sell them. What
is
is
what
wrong with
happens.
you? Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, this is not you, Kingston. This isn't you.
This is what happens when fucking Jake Paul's in the news. Just everything falls apart. All of your standards just drop immediately when Jake Paul's brought up.
Dude, complete chaos. Everything's out of order. We already talked about the reasoning for this, if you remember. If you guys remember
Papa?
why this is happening.
It Papa John? We disrespected Papa John. Now the world's falling apart.
Papa John was the angel of death, but God has died.
What?
Our God, Kim Jong-un.
Oh, right.
He has left this earth, and now Papa, who warned us about the day of reckoning, it is here, and now he is the harbinger of death, and he is wreaking havoc.
Yo, fuck. I totally forgot that Kim Jong-un actually did die, like, for real.
He did not die.
He did, though.
He's
we know he died.
definitely
We
dead.
established this.
Like, bro, when's the last time he's been out on a horse or whatever, showing himself and chilling? Like, he didn't have, like, a fucking heart surgery that would have you sit out for months at a time.
Yeah, Kingston. When was the last
That's
time
a heart. Every
when was the
heart
last
surgery,
time-
you should be out
when-
for a little while. It's your heart. What are you
Kingston,
talking about? You guys are maniacs.
Kingston, when was the last time Kim Jong-un updated his OnlyFans? I happen to have it on good authority that it's been a while.
I don't understand. I can't talk to you all right now.
Can you imagine Kim Jong-un has a fucking OnlyFans?
I would legitimately
and
subscribe.
he's hung. The head of his dick is bashing against his fucking kneecap, bro.
I thought
like it's,
I thought you were saying something racist for a
he's
second.
hung. What? That's what? I am fucking baffled right now.
Oh my god, I didn't catch that.
I wish I did catch it.
That's pretty good. So yeah, I picture Kim Jong-un's penis like let's just say it's like 12 inches soft, and then the head is as big as his actual head.
The head.
Just a pendulum ride at a fucking fair.
That's a fucking pogo stick. That's a small pogo stick.
That's
I just
scary
picture-
as fuck.
I just picture it looking like a reverse elephant head.
Oh,
Like it's just
my
What?
God.
Like-
oh
like-
my lord.
like the shaft is the trunk, and then his head is the elephant's head.
Oh my god, that's such a massive. That's
That's
on
like
like
a fucking weird shovel. It's like a weird looking fucking shovel.
that's like on some not safe for work like ratio subreddit.
Oh my god.
But tell me, if he was packing like that, you would subscribe to his OnlyFans, wouldn't you? Like just out of sheer curiosity.
I would definitely be curious enough to search for leaks. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I wouldn't pay him money to see that until I at least see a leak of it and be like, wow, that's insane.
How dare you
Here's
question our Lord and
$5.
Savior? You to the point where you need a leak. You should trust in him.
I don't.
I don't trust people anymore.
This is why we're in trouble, guys. You fucking.
He's not even honest
you-
about being dead. Like, how can I trust him?
Exactly. This guy's gonna
that's-
fucking lie about being. He's probably in space trying to protect us from some sort of fucking eldritch beast. But still,
He's having some kind of Cooler's revenge fight in space.
oh my god, he's off planet protecting us, bro. That's some real shit right there. That's real basketball.
Honestly, like real talk. If an alien ship came down,
Oh man, here we go.
and I'm this is not going in the alien direction, I swear. Like if some kind of like foreign, like just some ship that you've never seen before, like descends onto planet Earth, lands in, I don't know, like the Grand Canyon or something, and people step out of it and they're all wearing the same kind of space uniforms, and it's Kim Jong-un accompanied by all of these different aliens from different races, and they're here to protect us.
Is it like a Green Lantern Corps?
Yeah, like the Green Lantern Corps, or like the Guardians of the Galaxy or something. And it's like Kim. All right, who could it be? It's Kim Jong-un,
And Keith David.
Keith David,
who else?
absolutely.
Who else is fantastic?
Keith David again.
Another Keith. It's
and it's
Kim
never
Jong-un
addressed.
featuring Keith Davids.
Keith Davids.
No, it's Keith David in different like works of his. Like one of them's Arbiter, one of them's the president, one of them's like the. There's a bunch of different kinds of Keith David.
Yeah, but then
I like
five
it.
of them are. But then 5 of them are just straight up just normal Keith Davids.
This door. So we have Kim Jong-un, 5 Keith Davids, and Arbiter, Captain Anderson.
I already got the name. It's Kim Jong in the Keith Corps.
Yes. Hello, humans. I am Keith David, and I am here to help you with these troubles you're gonna experience. I'm just
He's
like,
been here helping us. He's been helping us this whole time.
Oh yeah, one of them has been stationed here the entire time.
Yeah.
But there's a planet of Keith Davids.
yo, that would be the best planet ever.
There's a Keith David in every civilized society.
Just observing.
And once they're gone, that's it. Like they're the balance.
Shit. So we gotta protect Keith David at all costs.
And luckily, we had Kim Jong-un on our planet. He was a random effect, but he came into existence and he protected us.
Yeah. He was like Goku. He crash landed on this planet. And he was here to actually save the world, but then he hit his head and became a dictator. It's just reverse Goku.
Reverse
Oh
Goku.
my god, that shit's so fucking precious. That's such a-
I gotta tell you, I adore this. I adore every scenario that has popped up in the last 5 minutes. It's fucking
really
It's
fantastic.
amazing.
We should
They're
really,
pretty good.
really somebody make a. No, actually, don't do that. That might be dangerous. But remember this idea, okay? Don't make anything about it. Just remember it.
I think I'm gonna talk to the president about this. McKay, man, can we do something like that Space Force thing? Can we like
Listen here, Derek. Listen here. I know you want to stop having your communities looted by all your thug friends, but I don't have time to speak to you. I'm in a bunker.
You sound like
I can't do Trump's voice.
You know what you sound like? You sound like like a man who runs a hair salon.
A man who runs a hair salon?
yeah, and your name's like Fabio 2 or something.
Yeah, Fabio too, or like Richard with a Q.
So I sound. What the fuck? Richard with a Q? Where's the Q, please?
It's
Listen
silent
here.
and it's right in the middle. And it's capital.
I'm Fabio Richard Q. Let me tell you something. My name is Richard Q, and I run a hair salon. I don't know why you're speaking to me about aliens and Keith David, but I can help you. What is your black man? What is your name, guy?
What is your black man?
Black man guy?
What is you?
Black man guy. That's
Please get away from me. You're making me nervous. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
You're making me.
What do we got?
nervous.
What do we got left?
You're making.
Let's move on from this. We're derailing already. What else happened? You said Logan Paul did something. What's happening?
Well,
with
no,
I didn't see anything with Logan.
Well, Logan Paul's actually been getting a lot of praise, and a lot of people have been kind of like giving him props because people are just flabbergasted, I guess is the best word to say, that Jake Paul is this menace, I guess, and then Logan's been just laying low, just been doing his podcast. I guess he went on a rant about everything that's been going on, and everybody like kind of highly praised him, and they're like, hey, it seems like he's actually maturing or something, and it's just such a stark contrast. It's so weird to see when everybody hated Logan Paul so much and everyone's like, oh, he seems kind of reasonable now. And then his brother just cannot help himself. It's like there's a book that he has to like how to fuck up. And then he just keeps going through the chapters. He's like, fuck, man. All right. Chapter 6, you know, and then he just, it doesn't, there's no excuse at this point. It doesn't even fucking make sense. Like, yeah, I'm gonna steal charity after I just got charged with trespassing and all this shit. It's fucking weird, dude.
Fucking, I can't get over it. The fucking stealing a charity.
The Logan Paul thing. If you watch the video, you can tell he's reading from a script. You can tell. You can look at it and see. Like he did not write that. He did not think that.
Like
at
an
all.
off the cuff rant. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For sure.
Like he definitely was reading it from a script. I'm not saying he didn't mean it. I'm not saying he didn't think it, but I'm saying the script just makes it like you could just easily just go on screen and talk about the problems that come. I mean, I guess it was to formulate the idea better. He read it from a script, so every point could be hit.
That's pretty normal. It's pretty normal to have a script or to have like a guiding document.
Yeah. Every
I'm
point
okay
could be
with
hit
that.
Correctly. It was a really, really good speech though. Like even I was like, damn, this is a good speech.
Yeah, and look, I'm okay with that because it's something that, like, say, especially to help people feel good. It's kind of like, say, I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was saying that I've seen a lot of people that are on the right that are like very disappointed in Trump, that they're like, this dude is not behaving like a leader. Like, I've seen shit like that, where even if you don't say necessarily believe everything you're saying, there's sometimes you need to say something to boost people's morale, to have unity and shit like that, to where it's like, come out, have a nice speech. You know, there's usually a teleprompter. Like, fucking Obama was the master of that shit. He just like, all right, he's great with his words, has the speech, it's all prepared, and then he can inspire a lot of people. Now, I don't know how the fuck these people really feel, because, you know, they're all, you know, politicians and shit. But I think there's something with the leader, like being a general or something, you inspire people and kind of calm people down. And so I feel like, say, Logan Paul taking that approach, other than, say, if he was trying to go off the cuff and like stumbling and saying ums and ands, and it just sounds like he's lost. People be like, man, I don't believe it, a word this fucking guy's saying. He's probably just thinking about, I don't know, parading other dead bodies and shit. Like, he just can't wait. You can't wait to go back to that forest. But people are they accepted it, so it's cool. I don't know.
I mean, a lot of times people, like, not everybody, like, even if you think the right things, or if you like believe certain things that you really want to get across, not everybody is eloquent enough or really capable enough to really get that across well, because speaking publicly and or just like even speech writing is a skill set. It's kind of like debate, where it's like, even if you're right and you have the right points in a debate, it really doesn't matter if you don't know how to debate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
I feel you.
You could get trounced by somebody who's completely wrong in a debate, which is insane.
100%.
It shows that system is broken, because like all you gotta do is insult people to win debates, instead of like I don't know, just being correct and having points about it.
That's pretty much every YouTube debate I've seen ever.
Well, they're also just, yeah, it's pretty much every YouTube debate that's ever existed. It's like, how do you like, and there's some things that like you feel don't need to be proven. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh well, a black life is the same as every other life, and it's like, prove it. It's like, what?
Like what? Who the fuck says prove it to that?
Obviously that's like a hypothetical debate, but it's like there are certain things where it's like, even if you like thinking the right thing just sometimes isn't enough, because sometimes like just the format of a debate requires like all these like weird citations and like a really specific mode of communication that just isn't present in normal arguments.
Imagine, like, it's like the idea, like, you have your debate going on and you say something that's so unbelievably reasonable and true, and then someone disputes it and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
And all you're thinking is like, how did he dispute that? It's true. like it's so weird. Debating is such a strange world.
America consists of 50 states. Yeah, prove it. And you're just like, what?
At that point, like, what do you do? Like, it's just
you have to name them off. Name all of them off, I guess, and then call them a dumbass afterwards.
I mean, I hold this truth to be self-evident, sir. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
See, that will get you points right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Just even
What were
hearing
you
that, I'm
saying,
like,
though?
yeah, that's right. Oh, I was saying, do you guys remember the debate between Ken Ham and Bill Nye that happened years ago?
Oh, I do. Yeah, Ken Ham was like this, like creationist.
Yeah, he's the
dude,
creationist
right?
that essentially believes, and this is, I think, Bill Maher said this, that the Ken Ham believes that the Flintstones is a documentary because he all right, relax, bro. But he's
Wait a minute. Time out. You said the Flintstones was a documentary.
That's not real. That's not real.
Essentially, that's what Ken Ham believes, because he believes that humans and dinosaurs coexisted. And he has a creationist museum, not literally the fucking Flintstones, but he's just basically saying they coexisted. They did stuff together. And as asinine as that shit is, he's just on this earth and he's like, "Yep, I have a museum showing how shit be." And him and Bill Nye had a debate, and just the very closing statements, they just asked, like, what would change your mind? And Ken Ham was like, nothing. And then Bill Nye just said, evidence. And that was basically the entire debate in like however long it was. And I was so mad. I'm like, I wasted like fucking an hour or two of my life. It was so
how do you
stupid.
dispute carbon dating then?
Oh, easily, the Bible. It's simple.
Oh, okay, there you go. So illogically. So you okay. That makes sense. The Bible.
I mean, that's literally not to get deep into it, but that's literally what it is. It's just I remember seen this thing. You remember when Zeitgeist came out and it was like conspiracy theory documentary, and the first segment about it was dismantling like religion and stuff. And then I saw somebody make like a counter to it. It was called the Zeitgeist Refuted. And I remember I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking amazing. I can't wait to see like the points and see what they have to say. And then it was literally just that like, well, this ain't true because in this chapter of the Bible it says this is true. And I was like, oh fuck. And I was so sad. I was so sad.
Religion
I'm having
is
a serious
the strongest, man. It's so powerful.
I'm having a serious flashback to like some of the earliest days that I can remember on YouTube, and I remember watching this full-length documentary called Jesus Camp.
Hell yeah.
And it was like, but I didn't even watch it. I watched it through some YouTube guy doing videos on every single, like he would just watch the episode, or he would just watch the documentary and just pause every time something was wrong, and he would just it was like honestly one of the first commentary videos that I think I've ever seen. It was like 2006.
Oh wow.
And his name, I think his name was Big Al 2K6. Actually, like I remember this. Wow, it's so weird that I vividly remember this.
I wonder if he still exists. I mean, on
Yeah,
YouTube.
he's probably, honestly, he's been around so long at this point that I imagine he's probably on like locale boards, because that's just how that works when you've been around for that long.
Oh yeah.
But that's so wild. There was a lot of that was like early YouTube commentary. It really was like religion commentary on religion, like The Amazing Atheist and stuff like that.
Yeah. I didn't see that stuff till around like 2010. I didn't even know commentary videos existed in 06, man. I was watching like Unforgivable, you know, that black dude fucking saying violent shit in the woods.
Dude, that shit was Unforgivable's classic comedy.
That's my dude. I bought 3 of his fucking shirts. Like I was a huge fan. I was such a fan. And what was it? My Way Entertainment, the Juggernaut bitch. When if you remember that
video was so fucking funny when I was little.
Yeah, that was, dude. That shit was fucking nuts to me, because I was like, this guy, his name's Randy Hayes, that did the voice acting, all those dubs and shit. And like I was like, his timing was so funny, and that shit made it into X-Men. What was it? The Last Stand.
Yeah.
Do you remember the third one? And they made that joke. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. And I was like, are you fucking serious? That shit blew my fucking mind.
What happened to the world, man? We were making such good progress in some places. Some places shit didn't really change. But then the world got all fucking icky and shit. Man, I'm sad now.
I read something about how like the Mayan calendar is like is off, and actually this year is technically 2012 by Mayan standards.
I mean, they had the exact same. They had a solar calendar, so like it couldn't have been off.
I mean, it was definitely off though. Like, 'cause it's objectively off. Like that's true. But like I don't know if it means that this is their 2012 though. So you can't have an exact calendar. That's the whole point of that's why daylight savings exists and why leap years
Well,
exist.
no, they use the calendar system similar to ours. It's not the exact calendar or anything. They use the solar calendar. They used solar days. So the way they measured time was roughly the same as we measure time. That's how.
Yeah.
So that's how those calendars work. Because they were farmers and stuff like that. So they were like farming stuff. So they measured their calendars based on when they would be able to harvest stuff.
What do you mean, like for experience?
No, for yeah, same shit. Experience in life.
Yeah, they gotta level up, man. Come on.
God damn, what are you slow?
Oh my god.
So you slow mo?
So Mark Wahlberg is trending on Twitter.
Oh my
Derek,
God.
do you want to tell us why?
Go ahead, Mr. Black Man.
Oh, this is so good. So a lot of people, just like with a lot of people didn't know, a lot of K-pop people didn't know Joji was Filthy Frank. It's the same principle. So Mark Wahlberg came out on Twitter and he left a statement about everything that's going on. And Twitter, unearthed the shit that they're like, you have no business speaking about Black Lives Matter or anything, because he has multiple hate crimes, which one of them, keep in mind, this was maybe in the 80s or 70s or something, that he was chasing a black man with his friends, throwing rocks at him, saying, die N-word. So he was trying to kill a black man. So that was his first one. And then he graduated.
His first one. It's his first video. What was your first hate crime?
Oh, well, I threw rocks at some guy, but I got better after time.
Yeah, that's he did. It took him a while to stop this shit, because there's one that's even like I said, he graduated, where he started beating up Vietnamese people. So
he blind a Vietnamese man. He punched a Vietnamese man's eyes out.
Yes. So
You know what's funny? I think when I first started talking to JonTron a while back, he was making this video about workout tapes, and one of the focuses was this Marky Mark workout tape. And he showed me the video beforehand, and he was like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I was watching it, and he brought up the Mark Wahlberg thing where he punched that Vietnamese man's eyes out. And I was like, "Is that fucking real?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's totally real." And I was like, "Oh, wow, I'm surprised that hasn't caught up with him yet." But I guess we're at it.
It's finally getting there.
Bro,
It was in that video though, so plenty of people should have known. That video has millions of views.
Everybody's getting revealed, bro.
So people did know about it. It's just that people are
that's true.
caring now because it seems hypocritical that he's...
Yeah. He probably should have shut up because obviously he remembers the stuff that he's done to these minorities, and he should probably be like, "Yeah, people aren't gonna like me talking about this because I might as well be a cop, because I'm beating people of color." And it was probably really fun.
At a certain point, at a certain point though, like I would imagine if you're Mark Wahlberg, you're probably like, that was like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking that's like kind of an eternity ago. It still doesn't excuse anything, but I wouldn't necessarily call it hypocritical.
It's not, because you can also change.
I would say that the whole time heals all wounds thing is like kinda, I guess, a thing, but also like a lot
It's
of
not
the
about
problems
wounds.
that go like a lot of the like time is like that's a long time ago. I understand that, but that argument is also made to severely to diminish things that happened at the same time. So I feel like he should have his comment should have been like, "Hey, once upon a time, I was ignorant enough to do shit like this, and I saw things that's not a big deal. But now, as I've gotten older, I understand that shit like this is just not okay." You know, that's just something he should have put out. You shouldn't just put out something like, "Oh, this is disgusting what I'm seeing, and I'm so appalled." It's like, bro, you blinded an Asian man, bro. Take a step back.
It would have been pretty funny if he was like, "Man, even I support this."
Come on.
Like, what if Mel Gibson came out on Twitter and was like, "Man,
much.
even I think the cops are stupid."
Yeah, these cops are. I mean, he does, because they're the ones that caught him while he was drunk, and he went on his anti-Semitic rant.
Was it a Jewish cop?
I don't know if the cop was Jewish, but I think he just started ranting about the world's problems while he was being pulled over, or whatever the case was. So there was something like that. I don't remember it in particular, but we just know that cops and anti-Semitism was involved in. It was
Mel Gibson gets fucking uncanceled because he hates the police.
Did you
More news at 11.
Like, he was trying to tell us this entire time.
He makes The Passion 2. That's insane.
Passion of the Christ 2, starring Keith David and only Keith David again.
Keith David's God and Jesus and the people that are nailing Jesus and everything. He's doing everything.
Keith David is Jesus. Keith David is Pontius Pilate. Keith David is the little cut on his abdomen that's in all the crucifixes.
Oh my God.
Keith David is Judas.
I'd watch it. Fuck.
Judas, how could you betray me like this? I don't know, Jesus. I just wanted the silver.
Yeah, he constantly has to address everybody by their name as he's talking to them, because he knows it would be too confusing if he didn't.
I feel like that would be his final project, and he'd have to lay him to rest.
You know
because he couldn't do it.
You know what's something that's like a really superficial thing that I kind of, that always kind of bothers me, but I can't help but notice it. Whenever you're watching like a movie or you're playing a game or like really any bit of fictional media, and characters are talking to each other and they use their names, like,
oh yeah, that drives me nuts. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, because like unless I'm trying to communicate with one of you over this, where I'm trying to say like, "Hey, Derek, what were you going to say?" Because we're just on audio.
Yeah,
and but like in person, I can't remember the last time that I called somebody by their name frequently enough for it to be involved in every main story beat of my life.
Yeah, I feel you. That's weird.
It doesn't happen. Like, people just shove that shit in, and it annoys me. And
it's like a screenwriting thing that's like really odd. It's like whenever like a character is introduced, it's like Bill Mitchell, the famous one-hit wonder of Karate Town. Well, if it isn't you again, and it's like, what? Who talks like this?
No one says their names. No one says, like, you never say, "I don't call you Chris. I call you like bitch." goblin,
Hey,
troll, you should be dead. You know, stuff like that. I don't call you Chris.
I call you. You should be dead.
Hey, you should be dead.
The only time that you use someone's name is when you're yelling over them to get them to shut up.
Yeah, you got to get their attention or something like that.
When I need your attention is when I call. Like when I'm like, hey, you know, when you're not.
Yeah.
No, when I'm calling someone and me using like just pronouns doesn't get it, then I call them by their name to alarm them.
Yeah. Dude, no one really annoyed me. It's a little bit of a different situation, but kind of the same principle. It was at the end of The Dark Knight Rises. Like, I already hated that movie, and then it just was like, hey, I like your name. You should use it or something. And then she just like pauses and says, Robin. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, who talks like that? Like, it just, you see the name. You've already seen it. Like, say the way that it should have been shot is like, say you see the ID or whatever, and you can see that his name's Robin. But she just like says it. She like pauses and then says his name. Like, you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's supposed to be like Robin, I guess. And you don't find out till the very end. So it's like, oh yeah, like I like your real name. You should use it.
He got so cheated.
Robin?
By the way. Like,
He did.
He got to be Robin in theory.
Yeah.
That's so fucking sad.
He had to be Batman's helper. Not even Batman's helper Robin. He got the Robin part at the end. They gave it to him at the end after they busted all over him. They're like, here you go. Now you're Robin.
they shot strings of cum on him and they spelled out Robin with it.
That would have been better. I actually would have
Happy
a standing
birthday.
ovation. That would have redeemed the. Dude, I was already nervous because everybody else had this nervous energy because the Aurora shootings. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Like, people had all this nervous energy in the theater, and it was making me nervous because I was like, what are the odds that someone's gonna come to my small ass hometown and do some bullshit like this? But people are kind of being all like looking around. They see somebody coming through the like someone's returning from the restroom, and everyone's kind of looking over, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? So it was already like a weird experience, and then on top of that, the movie was just that movie doesn't get enough credit of how bad it is. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god, that's so mean.
People don't talk enough about, like, say people talk about Game of Thrones season 8 and everything, you know, all these movies that are like really terrible that have come out, Batman versus Superman. But I was like, can we go back and talk about The Dark Knight Rises because of the contrast between The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises? It's like two different directors. It feels like a completely different movie. It's fucking awful.
It's like it's like the opposite of what happened when you went from PS3 to PS4. It's like it's the whole going from The Dark Knight to The Dark Knight Rises was like one of the biggest downgrades I think I've ever seen in cinematic history as far as sequel, like kind of like established like trilogies go. Because the thing that bothers me about it is that like Spider-Man 3 is like a really bad movie, but it's also hilarious. And there's like reasons to watch it because it's kind of fun to watch. Even just out of like a sheer just like kind of like get together and just fuck around movie. No one is doing that with The Dark Knight Rises, and no one is watching The Dark Knight Rises over The Dark Knight. So it's just this sad mediocrity.
I'm just saying on the outside because I didn't hate that movie. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was.
I didn't technically hate it because I don't have any passion for Batman at all.
That makes sense.
I just remember watching it and being like, this is nowhere near as good as the previous. It felt like you were watching an episode of like Breaking Bad and then you changed over to a fucking CW show.
Oh my god.
Like, what the fuck? Why is Anne Hathaway here? Like, what is going on?
Dude, I just want to hear the conversation that Chris Nolan and Tom Hardy had where it's like, yeah, I want you to put on a voice for Bane. And then he's like, yeah, like, what did you have in mind? I don't know. Could you, like, sound like a fucking, like you're in the circus or something? Like you're a fucking ringmaster? Or could you, like, what the fuck? I don't even understand what that voice is. Like,
maybe there's some, like, underhanded, like, Peter Molyneux working on Fable type shit where he's like, we wanted to create a movie where people had to watch it with subtitles. To utilize our new subtitle technology that scans your brain and beams language directly into your synapses without even needing to read them. Watch
next level.
as the Dark Knight rises.
That's pretty dope.
Technology to a whole dude. I genuinely don't know. I didn't understand a single thing he said. Genuinely, like I only know what he says because the subtitles exist.
I understand what you're saying. I feel so weird. I had none of those problems with that movie. I was just watching and I was like, this is fine.
I can't understand what you're saying, Sweeney. I don't know what you're saying.
I was born in the darkness, molded by it. I didn't see the other day till I was but a man.
Oh wait! You gotta
the whole fucking movie was just weird. Like the football player still playing football while the fucking
everything's
That was
collapsing
stupid.
around
That was pretty
him,
dumb.
and he can't notice that his legs should be violently shaken to the point where they fucking burst. And
He should have fell down.
He should not be running at all. He should be fucking careening down into the pits of the earth. Like there's no like all of that movie was just the problem is it's just so ungrounded compared to like The Dark Knight. Like The Dark Knight was like weird and kind of hokey, but it was also like relatively grounded and relatively serious.
It was
and
a good
like
time.
The Dark Knight Rises was just like it was just this comic book silliness that was like trying to be taken seriously.
Yeah, I gotta say, like in retrospect, I enjoyed Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze more than I did Christopher Nolan's Bane. Like I understand, just like you see with Spider-Man 3, Joel Schumacher was going for just fucking campy schlock, and as a kid I didn't like it because Batman Forever was a little bit more serious, and I thought, what was this Batman Robin stuff? I felt like mature, I guess, you know how kids feel mature, even though they're fucking kids. And I get it now though. I can enjoy some nipples, and I don't know what this other shit is. So
a bat credit card.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I haven't heard that line in like 10 years. Actually, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
It's been a while for me too.
Those shows made me not
I never
like
leave the
Batman
cave.
much.
I never leave the cave without it.
Yeah. So
It
like,
made me not like Batman. I was like, I don't like Batman anymore because of this stuff. This is stupid.
It was stupid, but it was like Adam West stupid.
yeah, that's
It was
exactly
like
where they're going for.
It was like stupid that had like a grounding, like it was stupid in a way that kind of made sense for the character because the character has been interpreted in so many different ways. But like, there was nothing that was everything that was stupid in Dark Knight Rises was just stupid
Yeah,
because
I
it
feel you.
thought it wasn't.
I have a theory
it,
that
like-
Chris Nolan was just trolling. You know?
No, I don't think so. I genuinely think that they had a plan and then like Heath Ledger died and then they were like, fuck.
I mean, just explain Bane's voice to me. Like, what is that? I can't. I feel like, how is that not trolling? There's nothing.
I mean, in fairness, that is a pretty iconic voice now, and it did stick around. It became a meme back then.
It's gonna transcend. It's gonna live for a long time, man.
Yeah,
Maybe even
it's
ever.
like a meme for the wrong reason.
Is anything a meme for the right reasons though?
Yeah,
Okay,
honestly,
yeah. So
Derek,
I
calm
didn't
down,
even.
bro.
That's
You're just upset because you love Batman.
yes. You don't understand. That
I
fucking
understand,
hurt
trust
me.
me, I
That hurt me.
understand.
That fucking hurt me, dude.
Look, I'm gonna say this. People don't like it. I do not like Spider-Man in Far From Home. I hated him in Far From Home because he was so not Peter Parker that it bothered me a lot. So many things that happened in that movie were so like, this is not really what Peter Parker would do. This is not
I'll
what
be
Peter
honest.
Parker would do.
The new ones
And
are
then,
just
like,
not for our generation at all, man.
I think they're not. I think they're not for people who grew up reading comics prior to very recently. I think they're just not built for those kind of fans. They're built for people that either like really, really like action movies, or people, or just people that don't really know the characters the way that they like. You know, even
Well,
like,
they're built for the majority of people.
I guess.
I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like even Doctor Strange, like I love Doctor Strange.
That was
He was
fun.
a
That was Doctor
bitch in
Strange was
that
really
movie.
fun.
He was a bitch. I was like, this man, Doctor Strange is a fucking threat. I like the way they go about things in it. Like I like how they like how they tied the way things worked in their own universe. Like how they used the time zone to get Dormammu in a trap. That was really cool. I was like, that's cool. But I was just like, he's so weak.
No, but like you have this weird thing where you just like you want every movie to just be the comics.
I don't want everybody to be the comics, but I want
You
them
do
to portray
though,
the
because
characters.
you're like, oh, these characters are so weak, and it's like, yeah, of course they're weak because in the comics it's anime shit. It's just bullshit.
Nah, dude. I think it's just like they just don't.
Every
they
character in the
don't
comics
use
is
their
stupid
powers the right
powerful
way.
for no good. Yo,
That's not every power is. Not every character is.
Okay, sure.
Like Captain
Right.
America's portrayal is perfect, actually. Like actually flawless. Like, that's fantastic. They portray him the way he is entirely. But when it gets to
you know why? Do you know why they're able to do that?
why is that?
Is because Captain America is just a guy. He's just a super soldier. He's just a strong, normal guy.
Yeah,
That's why they can do him well.
They portray
because that's
Tony pretty
grounded.
well. They portray Tony pretty well. They portray Hulk pretty well. They portray Thor pretty well. You know, but I think they're portraying those characters well. But then when it comes to people's single movies, particularly like the newer ones, I guess mostly Spider-Man and Doctor Strange are the ones that had like a lot of problems with like how much they didn't feel like their own characters. You know.
I guess
That's how I feel. But I've absorbed a ton of content from those characters over several decades. So I think that's why I have a very skewed. I think that's just probably my very skewed like amount of shit I've read of those guys. It's like, oh, I understand why. I
get it. It's gonna mess you up. I get it. Yeah.
But it's just like you get to a point though where it's like when you're building a real universe, when you're building like a universe that's supposed to be believable and that's like live action. And you're already dealing with magic and all this like crazy shit. Like these characters, if they were brought straight from the comic into the fucking real world, would be just beyond jarring, and just it would just fuck everything. Because every character could probably solve every single problem. Because they're all so strong. They're all so comedically strong for no reason.
That's not Spider-Man though. Spider-Man is definitely not that kind of character.
Well,
Spider-Man's
I
definitely
guess not.
Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man's one of the
particularly
few.
is not.
Yeah.
That's his thing. But I just didn't like his attitude.
But like fucking Tony Stark is like growing armor out of his body, and it's like, what the fuck is happening?
I didn't like Peter's attitude. That was my mostly thing. I just didn't like how he didn't act like Peter Parker much. He acted like some kid that just was like really on the Avengers dick, and it's like that's like the opposite of that character. Like literally the opposite of who he is.
I understand. I get it. But like there are certain parts where like even like stuff that they got directly from the comics, like when in the most recent. In the last two Avengers movies, when Tony's armor just appears out of nowhere, and it's like, this is so stupid.
That's nanotech. It was in his little chest
Oh my
piece.
god, fuck off, nanotech. Nanotech is like the thing that everybody uses when they just can't explain something.
Hell yeah. Hell fucking
true.
yeah. I don't know. I don't even understand that this is supposed to be really tiny robots. Like, I don't know, some shit like that.
It just means like, hey, you know, we want to do magic, but this character's not magic, so we'll just use nanomachines. Just fuck off. I hate that excuse.
That's not exactly the
and
same
it looks
thing.
and it looks so stupid. It looks so dumb. Like he takes his sunglasses off, and then the armor just spawns on him like it's glitching in. It's like, what the fuck? Who designed this game? And why is the texture popping
It
so
comes
weird?
out his chest and down his body, bro. It doesn't just spawn in. He doesn't like do a Dragon Ball transformation and he's just in his armor. His key doesn't form.
I understand. I just don't. There's certain things that I just don't really buy. Like even in a universe that's this fucking weird, and like that's one of them. Like I just don't believe.
That's the final straw. Like magic, magic's cool, but nanotech.
If they established that nanotech was like, hey, this is like some Asgardian shit. Like this is like Stark tech merged with like fucking, I don't know, some bullshit. Then at least like, all right, well at least that's something.
They were in space and Rocket had pretty much canned ship. He had like a thing in a can and he was spraying and it was making a ship in Guardians 2. So I was just like, oh, I'll let
Wait,
I'll
what
let
did he
slide.
really?
Yeah. He was just fixing the ship with like a canned spray pretty much. I was just like, oh shit, that's wild.
Yeah, that was probably nanomachines too.
Yo,
right?
how fucked up is it that all old 80s future stuff suggested that we'd have shit like that by now? And all we have is just like riots. That's all we got.
We got riots and we got better porn quality. That's it. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
best
we
thing
got
we've
4K. That shit I can see.
Yeah.
I can see her pores on her pussy. It's really nice.
Nice.
That's exactly that's what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for that shit.
It just makes it worse, honestly.
Imagine a person that first sees 4K porn and is like, I'm so happy I finally get to see the hair follicles on her puh. This is fantastic.
It's too intimate, man. Like
It's just
too-
like that's
too
just
clear.
gross, man. They they never look great ever. I've never seen one that's like, oh, that's a real nice vajayjay you got there. They always kind of look like this vagina, and it's like, I don't really care how this looks. As long as it
Yeah.
doesn't look like damaged. Like, fuck it.
Anyway, I think that's. I think we got through pretty much everything that everything that's being talked about. So we'll just move on to some questions, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's hear it.
The orc war boss Rock Eads Masha. Jesus fucking Christ. You people with your names, man.
Holy
What
I'm
is
gonna-
that?
I'm probably gonna. I'm getting to the point where I'm willing to hurt you. He wrote in. It says, "Sup. If you were a supervillain, what would your powers be, your name be, and the hero that would stop you?" Okay, well, no one would stop me
Okay, wow.
Okay.
because my power would be just completely uncounterable.
You're just the worst fucking person, man.
What?
You'd make a video game out of a guy that just kills God and becomes God. That's it. Guy
No,
throws
I
a rock
wouldn't do
at
that.
God's head, kills God, becomes God, can't be beat. It'd be a bunch
No,
of heroes
no.
trying to fight you and dying.
No one wants the responsibility of being God. I don't want that.
I mean,
I would
I would take the responsibility. I just wouldn't do anything with it. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, I guess there's no responsibility for being God based on what we're saying. I think I've talked about this, but I think we probably answered a similar question to this before. But I feel like I would just want incredible persuasion, like beyond, like I would want to be able to recontextualize people's memories in their heads.
Oh yeah, you did mention something about this.
Yeah, you did.
Because I really don't see how anybody would I'll give you a scenario. Kingston, you're walking down the street, right?
Oh, let's hear it.
You're walking down the street. You're walking down with like your grocery bags. You got fucking 4 pounds of bread for some reason because you just won't stop eating fucking bread.
It's so good.
And I walk up to you, right? I fucking take all your bread. I throw it down a sewer, throw it out an open manhole, laugh at you, and then I piss on your shoes and sprint away. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to hurt you, obviously.
You're gonna try to hurt me, right? You're gonna try to hurt me. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then you're gonna come at me. But then, see, in that moment, I'm gonna recontextualize that memory and I'm gonna make it so somebody else did that. And you're just gonna be standing there like, "Wait, where'd that person go? Where'd they go? I saw the person who did it, and that's not him. I know because my brain is telling me this."
And then you slowly descend into madness trying to figure out who that guy was.
You're just gonna be the guy that gives everybody immense second thought
Yeah.
and destroy people's minds. You're a fucking demon.
Yeah, if I wanted somebody gone, if I wanted to kill somebody, I wouldn't even do any. I would just do something really heinous, and I would just do something universally heinous, like something that everybody would disapprove of, and then I would just recontextualize that memory as that person doing it, and then just watch the world descend on that person.
You're the worst. You're the worst. That's evil.
I would be
evil.
fucking unstoppable. You couldn't stop me. There'd be no fucking. I wouldn't even have a name because I would defeat the purpose.
No, you would be
I'd be
stopped. You'd
completely-
only be
I'd be a
stoppable
shadow
by
man.
people who just have spectated outwardly. Like if you fucked up enough to do something like that around someone and they saw out the outside, they were like, "Oh shit, that guy just told him he didn't do that, but I just saw him do that. What the fuck?" Like that's the only way, because no one can just upfront come in contact with you, because then they're just gonna get redirected.
Yeah. So no one could come in contact with me.
No. Like what happened is like you would, let's say like this, if you're doing that, right? And then people already know you're doing, like somebody's like, "Okay, this guy did that." He's like, "No, he didn't." He's like, "How does that make sense?" And he goes through the steps. He's like, "That guy must have done that. My memories aren't telling me he did it. So he must have done something to me."
But then everybody's remembering what I want them to remember.
But is it like, how do you broadcast it? Like at what scale can you broadcast your power? Like cities?
Anybody watching?
Blocks?
I don't.
Like,
I
can
would
people
say,
hear you? Only
I
people
would say
can hear
it's
you?
focused. I would say I would be able to focus it. But like even let's say like it's even just one person, right? And then the cops bring me in, and then they put me in the fucking room, and they're interviewing me. The cops is gonna be like, "Well, this isn't the right guy."
Yeah, I think it's people that just come in contact with you. So like if someone would have to see you on the outside.
Yeah, but then no one could do any. That's what I'm saying. Like
No.
all the consequences that exist would be completely forfeit.
I don't think so. Somebody could just shoot you.
Yeah, but then they'd be fucked.
Well then, yeah, but then you would be destroying the whole universe, taking people's minds and turning them upside down. You'd be
I don't
stopped.
see a problem with that.
I don't see a problem with that. You could recreate the world entirely. So that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Derek? What do you want?
I've thought long and hard about this. I'm a little bit conflicted. All I know is that I want sexual powers. You know, I want like things that are just make me the king of sex. But I don't know if I want to be like, I don't know if I deserve to have all that power. Like, say, I'm so charismatic that I just get all the sex all the time. And,
Right.
And, like, I've thought about, like, say, I've had a name, like an alias, like Love Machine for, like, a long time, like LUVMASHEEN. So I've always thought, like, what if I was just that, and then I cure the world with sex? Because, everybody's just all pent up and angry. And then I just have sex with everybody.
Right.
I think that would really heal the world. But I could also be selfish, though, and just, only have sex with the women. And I guess the men stay angry. But maybe I would just take one for the team and actually just literally have sex with everyone. And once I finish, you're enlightened. Like, you start crying and you realize that all of the world's like anguish, everything, all the atrocities. Like, it's just like, what have we been doing? And then everything that you've done wrong in your life, you're just like, what have I done? And then you're done. You're cured. Like, think about how good that would be. Like, you just been serviced and now you're fucking like, you're basically at peace.
That's deep, honestly. That's deep. Like, I was just thinking you were just gonna be fucking bitches and like not trying to fix problems, but like you wanna really fix things. Chris over here wants to become the fucking complete supreme leader, fucking Führer of the planet, but you trying to heal the world.
I'm not
man.
trying to become the leader
you.
of anything. I never said that.
Okay, sure.
I mean, you want to manipulate things enough to where you're basically, you're kind of,
god.
yeah, you're fucking
Yeah, but
low-key.
that doesn't mean I want to rule anything.
No, you're just gonna be able to do everything you want without any consequences and be able to make people do what they want for you. So
Yeah.
So pretty much control everybody.
Well,
So, yeah.
I mean,
You're controlling people's thoughts, Chris. You're pretty much the ruler of everything.
you can make anything sound bad if you word it that way.
No, Chris. Yours is special, but it's okay.
You can. You can.
You can.
Give me like a wholesome.
Stop that.
Give me one wholesome activity. Give me like a wholesome thing.
Just
Having a picnic.
You're polluting. It's pollution.
Is it?
Yeah.
how?
Because you're just fucking, you're probably like putting a little blanket on the fucking grass. You're suffocating like millions of ants. You're fucking throwing wrappers all over the place. You're definitely not going for the garbage can because why would you? I mean, it's so far away.
No. You see, Chris, what happens is
Also,
that's
there's a
stretch.
fucking also
What
there's
you're
a
saying is a stretch, Chris. What
there's
he's saying-
also there's a pandemic and going outside and gathering with a bunch of people is fucking really dangerous. Also, there's riots, so maybe staying inside is probably the safest thing to do. You're fucking yourself up. Don't go to a picnic.
LOL, nice reach.
You can't use my meme against me, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so if I had powers, on the other hand, oh baby,
Vox, cut
If
out
I could
everything that
choose-
Sweeney is about to say.
Okay, if I had powers, I would probably, ever since I was a little kid, I've really been fascinated with like, this is gonna sound super. This is like actually like me as a person, not me as like a demon. I've always been really fascinated with like the light spectrum, the visible light spectrum. I liked the idea of just light in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish, and then I found out about the Green Lanterns. Like Green Lanterns, like that's kind of cool, but I wish I could absorb light and then project it back at people concussively in like any form of any color along the spectrum.
So you'd want to hurt people.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Oh, sort of like that. I'd like to. It's pretty much like a really like a simple Marvel power. It's called photokinesis, which people have, and I wish I had that kind of power because it just seems really
just
cool.
to blast light at people.
I feel like being charged with light would be ridiculous. You probably could do some wild shit if you just had a bunch of photons pumping through your body like fucking like calories do. I feel like that'd really fucking take you to the next level, you know?
So you
essentially
just
both
want to
of
hurt
you.
people. You want to hit people with light.
Yeah, both of you want to fuck people up.
No,
You're villains.
I don't want to be anything. I'm not gonna be a hero or a villain. I'm just gonna stay out of people's problems.
So you just want to be like a mutant, like an X-Men, where you're just like,
I would
you
love
just
to
have
be a
powers.
mutant. And I'd be like, this is dope. People would be like, can you help me? I'd be like, I don't know, man. If I help you, I could throw things out of whack for the whole entire world. I'm sorry, and I got to be pinned under a truck, and I'd be like, I'm out of here later, and I'd fly away.
Well, I guess that's the question was supervillain. So
Oh wait,
Oh, well-
you were
oh, yeah.
specifically supposed to be supervillain?
yeah, that's what the question was.
Oh,
it was so
like,
long ago at this point that like we forgot. But whatever.
If I was a villain, I would just make explosions. That's it.
Well, I want to
Like nuclear level explosions.
I want to
Like,
change my answer because if I'm making love to
reveal it.
people and I'm a villain, I think I'm just sexually assaulting everyone, and I don't want that.
Sweeney's Magic Weenie wrote in. He says, "Hello, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and obvious leader of a Puerto Rican drug cartel." Okay, so that's cool. I obviously got the.
who's Martin? Who's Malcolm?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I got the bad one.
So
Like, what are you
care.
complaining about?
I mean, I don't want to be assassinated, so I'd rather be the Puerto Rican drug lord or whatever.
That's so
Yeah,
cute. You think we're
true,
not
I
assassinated?
guess.
They're definitely
think we're
fucking
not
assassinated.
assassinated? Holy
They're definitely
shit.
fucking killed. Drug cartels? They're fucking king.
Yeah.
They're king assassinated.
Well, aren't they assassinating people? They're not the assassinee.
Well, yeah, but they're
Probably
also
both.
They're both probably. Yeah.
We're just assassinated. Those that assassinate, at least they have the chance to change their paradigm, you know. We're just stuck.
I guess so. Anyway, he says, would you take a sum of $1 billion on the condition that once a week for the rest of your life, a furry will attempt to yiff you?
What's a yiff?
I'm gonna be real. I don't know. Like I feel like
right now.
I feel like I should know this.
I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound $1 billion.
Pretty much it's like furry sex, I'm guessing.
Oh, so like wait, really? Like just straight up. So for the rest of your life, a furry will attempt to fuck you, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's what because it's an onomatopoeia of like
Yeah.
like a hump.
That's
I
so
think.
fucking disgusting.
Young, incredibly fuckable furry.
Oh, he goes on. He says it will not stop during that visit until it is either dead or you have been porked. I would take the $1 billion. I could probably kill it. You kidding me?
I mean,
$1 billion. You see, here's the thing. People don't really understand what $1 billion is. Like people
it's changed the world.
People
money.
think it's hilarious. Like people think like if Amazon if like Jeff Bezos lost like $1 billion, that's somehow like a lot to him, dude. $1 billion is more than any individual could ever conceivably need ever.
Well, yeah, think about it. 1,000 million. That's stupid. That's
Yeah,
stupid
that's-
to think about $1,000 million.
That is so borderline obnoxious. That
Can a furry not be just as a furry?
huh?
No, then
Like-
it's not a furry. What the hell are you talking about?
You're a furry, but when you take your clothes off, when you take your fucking fursuit off, you're a person, you know?
No. You're still a furry, right?
But like, can they just not be dressed as furries?
No, that's stupid. Then that's just like a regular person is banging you.
Well, if you're gonna, I mean, come on, give me some leeway. You guys know how I feel about that group.
So you wouldn't have $1,000 million just to get yiffed.
I don't want to fuck a furry,
Dude, it's not even you have to fuck it. It's just a furry will attempt to do it.
I don't want to kill him either. I don't want to have to.
You don't
fight
have to
somebody
kill him.
off
You could
every
trap
fucking
him.
week.
You could do like a Harry Potter thing where you just trap him in something, or like
The thing is this. Look, the thing is this. Furries frighten me, and when I'm frightened, I don't think. And when I don't think, I could harm people, and I don't want to harm someone as a person under that fucking disgusting suit.
you don't understand what $1 billion is. You don't.
I know what $1 billion is. I understand. Billion, big money. I would take the $1 billion, but I'd be like, God damn, here we go again. I'd be upset about it, but I would deal with it.
Dude, take a portion of that of 1 million and hire private security.
You're right.
Dude, not even.
Or
Just pay.
assassinate him.
Literally, just pay a couple $1,000s to send him somewhere, and then just that's it.
Well, I'm imagining the furry is supplying the money though, so maybe they can't be killed.
Well, you've got an interesting imagination because it doesn't say that here.
Well, where's the $1 billion coming from, bitch?
Just the fucking
Exactly.
hypothetical
You gotta
money,
assume
man.
stipulations, Chris, because what happened is there's always an easy way out of every single problem you come into, especially when it encounters money. You can just pay somebody off. What you have to do is you have to think of, if I'm getting this $1 billion and this furry's trying to gift me, that's pretty random how they're both started at the exact same time, and they're both a part of the same question. So I would assume I'm gonna have to deal with this furry. I'd be like, hey, can you not fuck me, but can we talk? We can have intimate conversation.
You're the guy that goes to an improv comedy class and says no to everybody's suggestions.
No, I wouldn't.
You absolutely-
I love improv.
This is like what
This
you mean?
show is improv. You know that, right? I'm not saying no to anything.
Okay. Okay, sure.
What about a more realistic scenario where the furry? All right, so the furry is a millionaire, hundreds of millions of dollars, not a billionaire because that's just kind of ridiculous. But let's just say that a furry approaches you, listens to the Snark Tank, and he's like, "Hey, Sweeney," with its stupid wolf head on and stuff, like, "I'll pay you $20 million if I could just eat your ass in my fursuit." Like, so it's literally not even like there is no actual tongue touching your ass, but it's just the helmet or whatever. The costume is just basically ramming against your ass. Would you take $20 million for that?
Why do you gotta ask me this?
My man.
Okay, why do you gotta do this?
$20 million.
I don't have to work.
You don't have to work for the rest of your life. You don't have to do shit. You can buy your girlfriend whatever you want. You can buy a house. You pay it off. You're sitting pretty for the rest of your life. If a furry just digs its nose in your ass. Come on, man.
The thing about that is that, like, yeah, I would do it. Who am I kidding? Like, as much as I try to act like I'm full of hate, one, furries are just people under the fucking disgusting armor that they wear, they clad themselves in. And then two, $20 million is a lot of money. I'm just going to feel so weird during that process of this guy just rubbing his fucking fur nose up against my asshole. It's going to be so fucking weird. And then every time I spend the money, I'm going to have to think about that.
I find it fucking staggering that you submitted to the $20 million so much faster than the fucking billion.
Because that furry has to fuck me.
No, he doesn't.
It has to fuck me.
You didn't.
It's gonna try to fuck me constantly. I don't want to have to constantly. Dude, one day I'm just not gonna be on my A game and I'm gonna get fucking trounced and fucked. That's what happens, Chris. You're not always gonna be 100% every time. As you're learning in a confrontation, as you're learning, that furry's learning also. All right, and it's gonna come at you with different strategies every time and try to fuck you.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna have to make a soundboard of you saying "fuck me." There was
why?
There's too many. There's too many good ones.
It needs to be used, and it needs
Fuck
to be
me?
distributed.
Why?
Yes, because you said it with so much passion. It's like he's gonna try to fuck me.
Somebody made a soundboard for me and it's on like iTunes or like the Apple App Store or whatever the fuck.
Oh my
No
god,
shit.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. Somebody asked me like in an email like several months ago. It's like, hey, can I do this? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I don't care. and then I found it on my subreddit. It's like, oh, it's real. I was like, oh shit, it's fucking insane. You're in that too, by the way, Sweeney. You're in.
Here it is. It's got 5 fucking reviews too.
Oh my god.
Isn't it weird?
Does it cost anything?
No, it's just a free little piece of shit. Who the fuck would pay for that? Why would you pay for something that like not only is like less content, but like you can get the full context for free? It's like so stupid. But I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck we're doing at this point. Derek Zun. What is this name? Derek Zunid Nuzinga? Oh my god! Fuck you,
Zuniga?
Fuck you. I think it is. Are you reading it?
No,
I'm just saying it.
I don't even have the doc pulled up. I gotta see that shit.
I think it's Zuni, but I can't say that.
You can't. Yeah, what is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, what's your problem, dude?
I don't know,
you don't understand what's happening right now?
What's happening?
Oh my god, you're so insensitive, dude. It's kind of fucking ridiculous.
Anyway, whatever. Fuck off. Hi there, Chris Sweeney, and you fucking imposter. I don't know what that means. Is that like a reference?
Oh, shit.
I got a question for y'all. In your guys' opinion, which is worse? People who base their entire personality / identity off of geek culture / fandoms, or people who base their entire personality and identity off of politics?
Ooh, politics.
Do you think so? I think
hell fucking
so.
Hell yeah, dude.
So you're saying Martin Luther King is worse than Chris Chan?
I'm saying that and it's not politics. His is social stuff. That's not exactly the same thing.
What are you talking about?
But
are you saying MLK isn't politics?
He's politics, but it's not only politics. It's also social problems. Social
social
like,
justice
stuff and social stuff are not exactly the same thing. They coincide quite often, but they're not the exact same thing.
Social problems are politics,
but they're not exact. Like they coincide. I don't particularly count those as the same thing. Because if I'm talking about simply problems that are happening with people of a certain culture, I'm not talking about anything. I'm not talking about like politics in the sense of like these policies.
That's not necessarily just what politics is, though. Politics is everything intersecting. That's like the whole point of it.
I would say that Chris Chan's pretty different. But I wouldn't. I like geekdom. I don't really like.
I just think there's levels to this shit, though. Isn't there just levels to this shit on both sides?
Of course.
That's
very true.
I think they're both like equally egregious, honestly. But it's the people because, like, say I wouldn't compare like somebody like MLK to
fucking Chris Chan.
Or I was
fucking Chris Chan, you fucking daft screwhead. I'm upset that you did that. Actually, I'm lingering on it, and I'm getting away from what you just did. You're a dick.
You did that. You're the one who said that.
No, you did that. You don't fucking blame me.
There he goes again with the nose.
Don't fucking blame. I didn't say no. I said don't.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What if MLK was a K-pop stan or something?
You know what? No one, every person that I love has disappointed me. So I'm sure he would be. I'm sure.
All these fucking posters and shit, and he was like, anytime, like, okay, MLK's fucking trending. Like, all right, everybody, get your fucking fan cams ready. What would they fan cam in the 60s?
You talk about a black man being killed.
Oh no,
racial prejudice, and then there's just some teenage Asian girl dancing and putting up peace signs over her face, and you're like, wow, that's what I needed right now. That's what's gonna get me through this fucking problem. This fucking 17-year-old idol.
Dogs pictures of or what do you call it? Footage of dogs being sicked on protesters and fire hoses being fucking like just pointed at them and shit, and then fucking he's just fucking. Did they have video cameras like say readily available for citizens where he's just
no
just
not
filming let's just say Korean pop. Let's say K-pop, it did exist in the 60s, so he's just that grainy black and white footage is being fucking played over and displayed with all these civil rights atrocities happening.
One of the most uncomfortable thoughts ever is just the thought of a GIF in the 60s. I don't know what it is about that premise that is just really
probably going to be
off-putting.
Extraordinarily racist. That's why you're scared.
No, it's just because like I don't. No, it's just because like I don't understand like how, how it would exist, and in like what medium would it even be? Like it just plays before movies, or like on TV, just this silent looping, really low quality image of a fucking Korean girl dancing to fucking social justice captions, and then it goes back to fucking, I don't know, Leave It to Beaver. Like
that's
so unsettling.
I can't do that.
I think if it's not your job, it's kind of strange to be like completely all encompassed.
It's fucking shit. That's what it is.
Like
you shouldn't, even if it's your job, it shouldn't all encompass you because you're supposed to be more than just those things.
Like if you're working at fucking Target and like you just post nothing but political shit all the time, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like figure yourself out, dude. Like,
well, the thing is that even people that post political shit don't, like, even if that's their job, like that's your job. You don't post all the time. Same thing with like that's not all you are. No one's all anything. If you're all one thing, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, basically.
I remember.
That's a good way.
You know that what is it? She's basically like a clone, like the Fox News clones. They're all like blonde and hot.
All the hot Fox News ladies.
Tomi Lahren.
Yeah,
something
Tomi
like that.
Lahren.
She posted it was like on Instagram, her Instagram story. She was singing along to 21 Savage, and like people made a huge fucking deal of it, and it was just one of those things because, you know, of her job and what she represents, that it was hard for people to fathom that, oh yeah, she listens to hip hop in her leisure. And I think that's the problem, like kind of what Sweeney, what you're bringing up is that, yeah, I understand what this person kind of portrays, but behind the scenes, they're people and they listen to music. So, and it's like, it's just weird to me. I'm like, who fucking cares?
I feel you. I feel you on that, because like that's just kind of strange that you assume that people don't do that. But like, Fox News is, you know, you're notorious for using hip hop as a tool to discredit people.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe she's done that too. I don't know. I can't speak on that.
That's a little, like, I don't know if she's did that, but like I've watched several times
There's
where
definitely
people,
examples.
They use hip hop. They use it on Kendrick Lamar.
Well, they do.
Yeah,
Literally
Yeah.
posts music about uplifting the black community.
Yeah,
And they were
Fox-
like, "Oh yeah,
Fox
Yeah.
News has been a target for a really long time for me. Like I've always hated him. But like
Well,
those-
suck.
but
they do a
but-
lot of dumb, ridiculous shit. Like, say I saw something recently. I think it was one of the older blondes were just talking about. It was Drew Brees versus LeBron James, and that shit was silly because it was literally the same thing. Like a rich sports athlete speaking about politics, and then say Drew Brees good, LeBron James bad, and that is like that shit. Where I'm like, that's silly. How does
Yeah.
people not figure this shit out yet? Like,
or the
come
people
on.
who are like stay in your lane.
Yes.
And it's
It
like,
is
what lane? What are you talking about? Did you see that fucking that thing with Tom Morello who like tweeted? You must have seen this, right?
No. What do you do?
no."
So
I
Tom
didn't saw that.
Morello is obviously he's the guitarist for Rage Against the Machine, and he has a guitar, and on the back of it says "fuck Trump," and some guy's like another musician pretending to be a political expert, and he's like, and it's like, have you never listened to Rage Against the
The
Machine?
Rage Against the Machine. Literally.
Also, I think that dude like has like a degree in like political science, like a strong one. Like I'm pretty sure. Same thing with the guy from Bad Religion. Actually, he's like a teacher.
Oh
I know
yeah,
the guy
Jim.
from Bad
Yeah,
Religion was a
yeah.
teacher. I knew that. But
Yeah,
I
Frank
knew
Gaffin.
It's
Yeah. So
It's
it's like
weird,
so it's like how do you? I don't understand how you're a fan of Rage Against the Machine and you're surprised that they're talking about politics. It's like
That's
you're
they
clearly
can't
not.
be a
That's
fan. They
their
can't, they
whole-
can't be
that's
a
their
fan of
whole
Rage Against the
album.
Machine. That doesn't make sense. Like
that's one of their whole albums, literally.
Bro,
Like,
you know
straight
what-
up the whole album.
yeah.
That's
you
the
know
whole
what blew my mind?
premise.
It's everything that they do. I don't think they put out a non-political song.
Do they? What do they think the machine is? I like to imagine some guy thinking like, man, these guys really hate technology. Wow. It's like what?
Or maybe he thought it was like
Fucking
an ATM machine. He's like, fuck yeah, dude, those things, they take like $3 when you withdraw money. Fuck those things.
Fuck, man, I didn't even realize radios could be gorillas. And it's like,
You know what's crazy? I'm talking about the whole ATM thing. I've never used an ATM that takes money out. I refuse to use it. I just refuse.
what does that mean?
I mean, sometimes you gotta.
Like anyone that like takes money out for like when you go to like a taco shop, you know, you're gonna get money to buy some tacos, and it's like, oh, it'll be a $2 charge. I'm like, suck my dick, and I leave. I'm
mean,
not paying you, machine. I walk the fucking extra mile to Chase, take my money out, then walk back hungry.
that's
Hungry.
fucking.
I'm gonna enjoy the food more.
I will
see?
gladly pay $2 for convenience.
I love convenience more than anything, but I agree. I do the same thing.
I
I
can't
will
do
not
that. It's
use a
crazy.
fucking ATM that's gonna take $2. They're charging me to access my money. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Like,
but
just
it's
on a
not.
principle.
It's. I understand what you're getting at, but it's just like anything else. Where if it's the more convenient it is, they're gonna charge you for that convenience, like a fucking
Don't
convenience
show
store.
me. Then don't show me. Don't show me that. Lie to me. Hide it. Don't tell me you're gonna fucking do that.
So
Jackasses.
So how do they go about that? You're gonna withdraw $20, and then it just says 22 without telling you that it's taking $2.
No, what happens is I withdraw it, then I get my bank statement later on that month, and it's like, oh, it costs $2 to do that. I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? I didn't know that. And then I'll be mad about it then, but it's already too late. You know, I can't. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
It's nice to be lied to,
principle
I
thing.
guess.
Every now and then.
Every now and then a little white lie helps.
Yeah, I get it. I really do. That's why PayPal like has like it like delays takes my money out of my account, and I like it sometimes. Where it's
Yeah.
like things are pending, and I still feel like, oh yeah, I'm responsible. And
It's
then
still there.
It takes it later, and then I'm like, fuck. it feels good in the beginning.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah,
But
that's what my uncle said.
all right, Moto Zealot wrote in. He says, "Would you rather die every single day but wake up like nothing happened, or die at the end of your life only to restart it all over again with the only memory you have being the occasional deja vu?"
Die every single day.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty obvious. Like, I don't want to do all this shit again.
Could you? No, dude. That's actually the reason. Okay, I'm about to get deep for a second.
Oh, here
Go
we
ahead,
go.
Derek.
Here we go.
Spit your piece.
No, I just disagree with you guys. Like, I don't. Dying fucking. I imagine dying sucks. And
No, it's the opposite. Dying's fucking like when you die, your brain like releases all the happy chemicals. It's like the best feeling in the world, apparently.
It depends on how you fucking die.
I don't even know how that apparently works. You can't really dictate that, but I just don't want to.
That's what the word apparently means. What?
I don't know how, because how are you gonna know they apparently of dying? No one's ever fucking come back and told you, oh, based on dying, it's like this.
Kingston, you're studying to be a medical professional, aren't you? You know what the brain does when it dies.
But Chris, you're saying it feels good apparently. That's based on like someone might have told you that. But the thing is that we don't know what dying feels like, because that shit might get released and then it might just all be gone and it hurts.
But we know what
those things do. We know what those things do. We don't know the
works.
context of dying.
Look, all you're talking about is literally dying, and not you're talking about being dead, not dying, which is the process, which that can mean anything. You can be getting gutted, which is one of the most painful things ever. And what if you have to get gutted every day? Or what if you're like Prometheus in Greek mythology, where a fucking giant bird eats your innards, your entrails every day, and then you're revived? Like,
I'd be a millionaire first off, because I would be making content about this. I would kill myself every day, and then I would make a ton of money.
Fucking morbid.
And then it would get to the point.
The problem is you're too liberal with these theories. Like, you think that like this is just gonna be a free fucking ride. Like, I think what needs to happen is what you're doing is you're lawyering. Like, there's a guy named Infinite Edge Intensity. He's a fitness YouTuber, but he's like a troll and stuff.
Is that his
and
birth name?
he's also works.
Is that his birth name?
Fitness.
Yes, his name is fucking Fitness Infinite Edge Intensity. That's his full fucking name.
My name is Fitness.
No. Anyway, I don't even remember what else. Okay. So he's also like a lawyer or a paralegal or something, and he does these lawyering questions. Like, he asks scenarios. People ask him scenarios like this, and he needs to weasel his way out of it. So people try to word it in a way that you can't get out of it at all. And I feel like these people that are writing these questions in just aren't going the extra mile to make things more difficult, because you're just assuming, oh, just die every day. That's totally fine. Well, what kind of fucking question? What kind of choice is that if it's not like anything fucked up, if there's no fucked up shit attached to it? You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna release chemicals and it's fine. Like, why would I want to just relive my life over again? I'm like, I think you're missing the point, bro. I really do.
What's the point?
I think the point is dying. Typically, people are frightened. People don't want to die when it's happening. They're like, please don't take me. I don't want this to be over unless they've been suffering or some shit. So you're gonna have to deal with that every day.
No. Well, no, you won't, because the reason why dying is so scary and why people don't and why people are afraid of it is because they don't experience it on a daily basis. If something's happening to you every single day, chances are you're probably going to be fine with it by like the 4th day, 5th day max. It's like, oh, hey,
it
I'm used
depends
to
on
this.
what's happening. Like, if you were, like, say, like I said, Prometheus, if you're getting eaten alive every fucking day, you're not going to get used to that.
Also, I'm sure dying and killing yourself repeatedly is not good for your mind. I'm positive that's not good for your psyche.
No, it probably is the best thing for your psyche.
I feel like it's not.
Because you have all the answers,
people
man.
die is
Okay,
not
Chris,
good for your psyche.
how are you dying? Here's the question. How are you dying every day? Because this is what seems like the
all
disconnect.
sorts of things. I would like dive headfirst off a building. I would like jump in front of a train.
Okay.
I
sure.
would
Right.
Drown myself.
Okay.
I
cool.
would, but like in crazy, like I would like tie like weights to my feet and like jump in the pool and stuff.
Okay.
And then everybody has to wake up the next day and like the police arrive and their kids crying. And then I just wake up the next day and I'm in the fucking pool house like getting a tan. And all these people are traumatized.
You would literally so besides the Chris being a fucking maniac,
the scary thing I will admit, the scary thing would be that would probably not go unnoticed, and the government would probably try to find me, and that they'd probably try to test shit on me. That's the one thing that I would be really concerned about, genuinely.
Well, the thing about me is that I would hate to have to die and then lose all my memories. That shit sounds like the most unfun thing ever.
That I like the idea of the deja vu. It almost sounds like a fucking video game where you're like slowly.
That doesn't sound good, because then like you get imagine you get a moment of deja vu reborn and you remember your mother. You remember all the love your mother gave you all of a sudden, and then you're like, I don't know if this is real or not. I want to meet this woman who cared for me, but I don't know if I'm going to frighten her because I don't look like me. And then you're just constantly having to deal with these thoughts that just showing up in your brain that were yours, but they're not valid because you're not you anymore.
That would
maybe.
That just sounds terrible.
That would drive
That
you.
sounds.
That would drive you crazier than dying every day.
I don't believe that at all. I think you're exact. I think you don't understand how terrible it is. Probably drowning.
I don't think you understand.
would
I don't
kill
think you
you.
understand how time works. If you're infinitely coming back to life, that's a fucking long time to have consistent doubts about where your fucking brain comes from and like where your memories exist and like whether or not you've lived before. That's like
Chris,
that's an eternity. That is why.
That's very-
That is the reason why people who are like immortal in fiction go insane because they can't handle that.
But Chris, think of it like this. If let's say you jump in your pool, right, with fucking cinder blocks on your feet, because you're a dumbass, you're not thinking about that. You jump in a deep ocean, right? You're gonna come back to life in that ocean and then die again. And then you're gonna come back to life and then die again.
I don't
You'll just be
think-
situation where you might just keep dying.
Hold on, back up.
That can't be how that works.
Back up. This is what I just reread the question. I think how it works is it's literally a reset. So you wake up as if nothing happened. So meaning that you don't even remember dying.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That would suck.
So I think that's worse because you are just experiencing sheer death every single time with you can't brace for it at all. You don't get used to it because it's like you're dying the first time. So you still game for that shit, Chris?
Well, that's not what the wording implies.
I mean, read it again, bitch.
Would you rather die every single day but wake up the next day like nothing happened? You wake up the next day like nothing happened. It doesn't say anything about whether or not you remember it.
See, you're lawyering, dude.
Well,
You're fucking.
If you're stating like nothing happens, that means that moment didn't happen. That means you experienced that didn't happen.
But it says
because
like
nothing happened.
It says like
Then what
nothing
does it
happened.
mean? Then what the fuck is the point of the statement being shaped the way it is? If you're just gonna be like, well, it's like I fell asleep. Well, you pretty much fell asleep. It's not exactly the same thing. We didn't close all the fucking loopholes.
Let's just say
So
it can't be like nothing happened if you remember. That can't fucking. Those two things can't coexist.
So it's just a normal day then. So so then it doesn't matter because I would just die and I would have my one death, and it wouldn't impact me at all the next day. I would be fine.
But you
That
technically
sounds worse.
wouldn't be fine. Personally, you think you would be fine, but let's just say would you? Okay, here's the weird thing. Because does this mean you're affecting everything around you? Because obviously if everything goes back to normal, like as if nothing happened, then that must mean the universe is fucking also rewinding every time too.
Yeah.
So are you the main focal point?
Yeah.
Okay,
so I wouldn't.
at that moment you're in a loop.
Are you
I wouldn't
the
be able to-
universe?
so I wouldn't be able to
You would-
traumatize people, and the
You'd be in a
government
loop.
and the government wouldn't come after me.
And you wouldn't progress at all in life. You would just die and then come back and die and come back.
But I would
So
be.
that sounds
but-
horrible.
No, but it wouldn't be horrible because you wouldn't be you would be none the wiser that any of that is happening. It would just be as if you're going through a normal day. Your life would be basically unchanged from your perspective. Because if you're waking up the next day and it's as if nothing happened, then it's just another day and the scenario is basically not happening. Destroyed.
Yeah. I think I would rather just live again. I
This
think
is a repetitive moment. It would be like you would die. Would time repeat itself, or would it just be you repeating dying every day?
I don't know, man.
That's stupid. That's a dumb question, dude. I'm sorry, bro.
I
Get outta
definitely
here.
did. I don't know. I'm pretty proud of that lawyering that I just did.
Yeah,
Of course you are.
You fucking snake. Get out of
That's
here.
pretty good. That wasn't. I wouldn't say that was bad. John White Boy Extraordinaire wrote in.
We have enough white boys, dude. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Just skip this. Fuck this guy.
Whoa.
He says, "Hello, skin, fat, and muscle."
Oh, damn.
Well, it's really just a compliment to Derek.
It is a compliment to me, but I feel like an
man.
imposter because I'm pretty fucking fat right now. So, but carry on.
He says, "What
You
games
got
do you
pretty
think?"
big biceps. Jesus, that hurt my feelings.
Big deal. Shut up. What games do you think are objectively bad yet you still enjoy? I.e., for me, it's Resident Evil 6. We were just talking about Resident Evil 6 like a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I think we did. Because we was talking about Leon's segment. Was not so. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's just Leon. He's a cool character. So.
Yeah, I think that's largely. a part of
There
it.
was this game on the 360 that was not good at all. It was called Eat Lead: The Return of Matt Hazard. It was like this satire. It was basically just Naked Gun, but a video game.
What,
and it was
it that game with the guy that would curse a ton?
No. Oh, that's a Rogue Warrior.
Okay.
No, this was like it was just like a satire. It was like a parody game, which we don't really see ever anymore. But you were basically just this 80s video game action star, and you were making the jump to 3D games, but like none of your games are selling anymore, so you're just this washed up asshole, and you're basically just trying to save your franchise. But it's just this third person shooter that has like all these like they're like these 2D enemies that like turn to the side and become invisible because they're 2D, and they're like you fight like cowboys and like just all these like really weird enemies. It's genuinely hysterical. It probably hasn't aged super well because I probably thought it was funny in like, late middle school, early high school. It's probably not really that funny, but I remember liking it, and it's backwards compatible. So I'm thinking I might jump into it again just out of curiosity.
Okay, what about you? What about you, Derek?
A game that's just like, there's a game, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people enjoyed this game, but it didn't really have much to it because it was just like a flash animation. It was developed by InStorm, and it was called Elf Bowling. And all you did was you were just Santa, and elves were the pins, and you would just kill them. Like, they would just taunt you and stuff. And I remember playing that game so much, but there's no way it's a stupid game. I know it's dumb, but I just remember having like just an amazing time with it, just because I was probably like fucking 12 or 11 or something.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's like they get mutilated.
Yeah, yeah, it fucks them up pretty bad. You get a strike and Santa celebrates and shit. It was pretty.
The way they pick up the elves is they lock their heads in this little cage. And they drag him to the top of the screen. They drag him to the top of the screen.
Yeah, that was I had a good time. I think I'm probably gonna try to download it because it's been decades, I guess.
That reminds me of fucking that. Do you remember that I think it was called Bush Shootout. It was like a flash game where you played as like George W. Bush and like Condoleezza Rice, and you were just like shooting Al Qaeda in the White House.
No.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Dude, it was such
on Newgrounds.
It was on Newgrounds. It was on like Amish Donkey, I think.
How the hell did I miss that?
Dude, I think it was called Bush Shootout.
Damn, how did I miss that? That's crazy.
It's a real classic.
It was fun.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching a clip of it. It's like, yeah.
Did you guys remember when Chris Dorner got burnt alive? You guys ever played that Doom mod, Christopher Dorner's Last Stand?
I never played it.
Right now, it's probably really appropriate to play with everything that's going on. Like, he's just holed up in the cabin, and he's just basically shooting a bunch of cops.
Dude, it's insane.
It's so fucked up.
Games like those Flash games are crazy. Like the fucking Super Columbine RPG and like just all these insane.
That game was so fucking hilarious. Yo, that game was dude, Super Columbine RPG had me in tears when I was little. I already knew it was way funny.
What about you, fucking Sweeney? Do you have any trash games you fucking really enjoy?
I'm trying to remember, like, all the games I played. Like, what game did I play that this is going to be kind of divisive for the anime fans, but I think I really, really, really liked a lot of the 3D anime fighters like Naruto Storm for a little bit. But I know as I got older, I kept realizing how bad those games were.
Yeah.
These games are really not that good of games because, like, 3D fighters are just kind of not the best things. It's fun. They were cool, but, like, I was like, oh, this is just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
That's the best I can go for because I think I only played games that everybody told me were good for the most part growing up. So I was just like, all right.
Yeah, they're really the obscure games and the shit games are reserved for people that just like kind of collected them as a hobby, I think. I didn't get...
Oh, yeah. And it's almost like a lot of the games that you played when you were a kid that just ended up being shit games, like you just sort of liked anyway.
Yeah.
Like I played Blinks the Time Sweeper when I was a kid, and I didn't hate it at all. Like, I thought it was kind of cool. But like
I played a Wu-Tang fighting game, actually. That might have been bad. It was a Wu-Tang Clan fighting game. I played the fuck out of it. I was really good as Ghostface Killer.
I haven't played that, but actually that sounds really intriguing. I I actually do not like Altered Beast. That was like one of the like OG Sega games, and it's so even because like I had one of my first games that we got this Genesis 2, and then Streets of Rage 2 came out on that shit, and they had Sonic 2, and then going back and playing Altered Beast. Even when I was young, I remember I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool, but like not even that much older, I was like, this actually is fucking terrible. What the hell? Like, it just, to me, now a lot of people probably would probably feel offended or something, but I never spent that much time. I never beat it, so meaning that it wasn't that great to me back then. But now, like, I have like the Sega classics, and that one I just can't get into it. Like the first level, I'm like, this is fucking trash. This is so clunky and just slow, and I don't know, man. I don't know.
I hear you.
Oh, fuck that game.
I never really fucked with those games, honestly.
Same.
But
the only thing I played on Sega was Sonic. That's it. I played a ton of Sonic on Sega.
I played Time Crisis on
I love Time Crisis, man.
So good.
Good games.
On fucking Dreamcast.
Never even got close to beating any of them, but I love them.
The Dreamcast was cool as shit. I think Gabby has a Dreamcast, actually.
Oh, she does.
I have one. Dude, you can I got mine for $60 on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, it was just refurbished, but it works perfectly.
I'm surprised there are enough Dreamcasts at all that that you could find some on fucking Amazon.
Yeah, I agree. My original one, it just died. It wouldn't load anything, and that was a huge fucking bummer because I really did like the games that are on Dreamcast. The thing that was the most impressive to me was the original HD, I guess, remaster of Resident Evil 2. Like they just put it on. I was just like, this looks so fucking good. I was like freaking out. It was amazing.
The Dreamcast was so cool.
Yeah,
I love that controller too.
Yeah,
everything about it was just so neat.
It really was. It was kind of like Xbox definitely stole that idea with the controller. They're like, oh, this is kind of cool, definitely. And they just built upon it. And,
I feel like the Dreamcast was the last like if the NES was a supercomputer, like that, the Dreamcast would be it. You know what I mean? Like it had the design language of like old systems. It had like the look of like an old kind of brick. Like because like I think with PS2 and Xbox and GameCube, console started to look a little bit more stylish. You know, like it was like, oh, here's a black box with like some sick defining edges, and or here's the GameCube, and it looks like really distinct.
Yeah.
But like the Dreamcast was just like, here's a fucking gray box or a beige box. Fuck you. You know, it's just like the NES.
Like the other thing.
It's just like the NES. Go. The NES was just like a fucking VCR looking thing, and it's just like the Dreamcast was like the last one that really took that design language. Yeah. So cool. I love that thing.
Same.
All right. But Dodadod wrote in. He says, "Hello, fellow insignificant beings." Well, speak for yourself.
I'm mad at people.
Yeah, bitch.
If you were to be executed in any way, what would it be, and what crime would you want to be executed for?
Oh, easy for me. I want to get shot in the face in front of a bunch of people.
Oh my god.
Back at head with a shotgun, blow the fucking front of my forehead off.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe for like, I don't know, just doing some fuck shit, setting fires or something like that. Just something pretty light.
I'm gonna change this a little bit. What crime would you expect you to be executed for?
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, what is something that you think that you do that probably like you probably shouldn't be doing? Like maybe like you download like anime or something from this like fucking this Pirate Bay and like
this Russian website you're downloading anime off of and you get killed for it.
Fucking
probably setting fires. Like that's the only thing I ever want to do. That's kind of like, that's not that good. You shouldn't be doing that. Because you ever just see a mountain full of trees, you're like, yo, that'd look so much better if it was on fire.
No, never.
Never?
No, man, I'm not an arsonist. I'm not a psychopath. I love greenery.
And you sound like a bitch.
I respect plants.
You sound like a 40-year-old white woman bitch.
You know what you sound like?
I respect greenery.
You sound like,
say it, Derek.
You sound like one of those pieces of shit that when the brush fires happened in Australia that were like, you know what, dude? This would be really nice if I just flicked my cigarette out the fucking window. Yeah, that's gonna look really nice.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, yes, you fucking
I'm not
would.
gonna act on it. I'm not gonna act on it. It's like someone that has like.
That's what
I'm
everybody
not gonna
says.
act on that.
That's what every fucking.
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, you're not that dude. There's still plenty of life to live.
You never know.
Like, you can be pushed to the edge pretty, like, right now things are so tense where everything's going on. All you need is just a simple little push off the edge, and then all of a sudden now everything that you've been chanting and channeling, you're the fucking lively killer. Like, you're gonna become the first black notorious serial killer.
Never. I'm never gonna be notorious for it. What do you mean? I'm gonna try one to get killed. Never gonna be notorious.
No, I think you're gonna be the first one because they're all white. You know, every single documentary is always, and I'm like, damn, where's the niggas at, man? And I think you're gonna be
damn, we don't have enough representation in the serial killer department.
Yeah, that's the
where
one.
all my niggas at? I hate you, Derek.
I'm not lying though. You know that it's like, come on, man. I want to see like some like say the Washington sniper. That dude gets no love. That dude gets no love.
Chris.
Jesus
Okay, Chris.
Christ.
Derek is going on a tangent right now. Sorry, fans. Sorry, people of black people in our group, because one of us wants to see us go down this terrible line of fucking canonical murderers.
It's not like I want to. I feel
You
like
sure? You're like, hey,
equal-
where's representation?
I'm just kind of like, hey, man. It's kind of like, say, hey, let's be real. Like, say I'm really into metal, and I do appreciate when I see black dudes in that genre. It is nice. It's nice to see. I don't.
Are you into murder? Are you into serial killing and you want to see a black guy in that genre? Is that what you're saying, Derek?
What I'm saying, I'm not you, bitch. I'm not you. But here's the thing. I am your friend.
Killer, bro.
I am your friend, and I would appreciate when you do start murdering that you become high profile. I do.
When, like, he knows. We all know.
When I do. I'm not, okay, first of all, I'm not a murderer, right? I don't have the guts for it. I am a destroyer, though. I do like seeing shit just destroyed. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm not saying I'm going to try to help fund someone to do it.
So you want to murder indirectly. Once you set fire to a forest and kill hundreds of people, you'll just know.
I just like the way fire looks. I don't like seeing people die from fire.
Yeah, you just don't want to see
the
the
damage fire does. I just like seeing how it looks. Like, if it happens to be a mountain fire, I'm like, oh shit, I want to take a picture of that. That looks insane.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because fire's beautiful.
That's so nice. All the people that live towards that mountain, they're all dead. All those animals, they're all dead. That's so fucking lovely.
Yeah, you have some demons to look after.
Look, a lot of animals are. Look, there are animals in the ocean. Fuck animals, all right?
What's that? What is that?
Let's
Okay,
just
whatever.
let's move on, I guess. Jesus
okay,
Christ.
go ahead.
The voices in my head promised riches beyond my wildest dreams, but all I got was 13 separate STDs wrote in. That's his name.
Oh, holy God.
What's up, Hispanic Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Miles Morales that's given up on life, and Black Bilbo Baggins? This is all hurtful.
Why am I black?
Who's black?
What? Okay, all right.
Because you're short. That's what it is.
Yeah, but my feet are fucking pretty small. So whatever. Fuck you.
Well, we don't know. We don't know
you know
that.
how mean that is? You know how mean that is? That is literally punching me in every place it could hurt. Every part of my ethnicity and my weight. Ouch.
I don't know. I have 10 and a half. So I'm not. God damn. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
got pretty
save
big
that.
feet.
Save that
That's
for
fine.
the
Pretty
cameo.
small,
Save that
dude.
for the cameo, dude.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
That's a good idea. Good point.
Anyway, he wrote in. He says, "What's the most embarrassing thing you've done to sleep with someone?" I don't know if I've ever done anything embarrassing. Just sleep. Wait, I have to think. Maybe.
Oh, I know. I don't want to bring it up, but I know. I don't.
Really? Tell it
I don't
in
wanna
like
say it.
Tell it. Just pretend it's someone else.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of my friends, right, lame ass bitch, dude. He was like, "Oh man,
Wait, what was his name? What was his name?
Bingston." He really liked this girl, right? And she was like, "I want to see Twilight. You know, we should watch the Twilight movies." So he like went with this girl to see pretty much every Twilight movie, and he sat through them just to get some really not impressive vagina. And it was just the worst. It was just so bad.
Wait, did you sit?
But
Wait a minute. Did he sit? Did this person that we're talking about? Did he sit? Did he sat through like a movie marathon, or did he like accompany this person?
He sat through a marathon of the first 3, and then went to the theaters to see the 4th one.
Oh man,
Jesus.
that's pretty rough.
That kind of made me feel gross.
But I saw my cousin there, so that was what made it fantastic.
Oh, your
My
cousin
cousin's like a thug.
Your cousin.
He was like a thug. I don't know if he was with anybody. That's what made it so weird. He's like a thuggish black dude that like somebody not to fuck with. And then I saw him there, and I was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And he was like, "I was at the movies." And I was like, "Wow, man. Like, who you with?" I was like, "Oh, I'm with a few girls." And he was like, "Oh, see you at home." And that's it. It was so fucking awkward.
That's so fucked. Can you imagine? That's so terrible. I would hate to be caught doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really mediocre for JJ too. Like I feel
I have somewhat of a similar, but I had a tragic situation. It was I was a few days before the first time I moved to Arizona, so this was probably like 2008, and I kind of somewhat got catfished, meaning that the girl that wherever the fuck I met her from, I don't even remember. She looked much better online, probably MySpace or something like that. But I picked her up and I took her to this kickback at my friend's house because it was like, hey, let's have a little something. I'm leaving pretty soon. And tragedy struck. Like, one of my friends had an incident and basically cops got called. Dude, hands got cut by a box cutter. It was just a bad time. And the chick was there. She's the first time meeting any of my friends or anything. And it was like a really like traumatic situation for a lot of people there. And I was like, oh man, this is fucked up. And I was just kind of like, you want to go back to my place? Like,
oh my god!
I just like, it was basically the only thing I could do to be like, oh man, this was so fucked up. Maybe this fucking catfish, this fucking Decepticon will like just kind of make me feel better. And I felt so much worse after I banged her. I felt so bad.
Oh my god, you did it?
I mean, I
went through with that?
Bro, I thought it was going to help me, man. I thought it was going to be like, things are so, that was such a fucked up night that like, maybe this will kind of help take my mind, but it just like made it way worse. I was just like,
it just taints the experience. It just makes that worse.
Oh my god.
That was a bad, like, that was definitely
That's pretty fucking vile. I respect it though. I respect it, but that's pretty fucking vile.
Yeah, it wasn't my highlight, but you know, hey, it is what it is, man. We be honest on this podcast.
Yeah.
You gotta live and learn, bro.
I kind of wish I had stories like that.
I'm Chris. I have integrity. Look at me.
No, it's not about. I think it's kind of embarrassing that I've never done anything like that, because it's almost like any situation that I had, like especially like in high school and like early college, was just like I would just rather be making videos or like playing video games, like genuinely.
Yeah.
You know, like I would just be if something was just too inconvenient for me to do, I wouldn't do it. Like I remember there was this one girl who was like, "Hey, do you wanna come see this play that I'm in?" And I remember that was like a guarantee. You know, like that was like, oh, something was definitely gonna happen. And I was like, it's like 30 minutes away. You know, I hate plays. I hate sitting in fucking theater chairs and not being able to move and like waiting for the intermission that takes everybody ages. It's I'm good. And I never talked to her again.
Damn. I mean,
yeah.
That's pretty, to me that is pretty impressive for like young. Like say now, totally. Like I don't like totally now, like that would be me 100%. Like, oh, that's a little inconvenient. I don't care. I don't care enough. Like
when I was younger, I just couldn't turn it down. Like I couldn't do it.
I do, man. I would take like 2 buses to like go 2 cities over and shit.
That was me later on. Like, cause early on I was like, oh, I've been fucking fine. I've been fine not doing this for this long anyway. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like whatever. It's I just didn't care. The second I was like, oh, wait a minute, I have power here. The second I was like, wait a minute, what? This world is open to me. Then it was like a problem. Then it was like, okay. Then I'm like, hey man, yeah, I'll fly over there.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That's wild. For me, it was this idea. Like I was like, if anyone knows, I lived in Fishkill. I didn't have a car, and I had to get all the way to fucking Pleasant Valley to get vagina, and I would do it regularly. It'd be a fucking venture. It'd be like getting from like, I don't know.
Give us an estimate of mileage. Give us a estimate mileage.
It's like on the other end. It's like near the other end of the county. It's like nearing over by like one angle of the fucking county. I would just go. I would just be like, I gotta get this. Now I don't even talk to the girl anymore. All that time I spent on buses just waiting. Just like I feel so stupid, but I respect that because now I know that like, hey, you know, you got to take a break every now and then. You know, not every vagina is worth fucking venturing for it. I'm not Link.
I'm not Link.
That's a good stopping point, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us today. I really don't know. This episode is a little weird. We had to pause a couple times because technology was being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was all right. It was a decent one.
I liked it. We had a good time.
That last one was crazy.
It was a good dismount. The last one got insane.
Yeah, the last one. It's gonna happen again. Unfortunately, I can already fucking feel it. Like it wasn't resolved. It wasn't resolved at all.
Yeah, absolutely. We just stopped talking about how angry we were. We didn't ever like come to a point where we were like, all right, I agree with you.
That's what this show is about: pushing things off for later, even though it's really detrimental to your health to do so.
Exactly.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. If you liked what you heard today by some miracle, please consider supporting us over at patreon.com/thesnarktank. $1 a month gets you early access. $5 a month gets you a question read on the show. $10 gets you access to our Discord, and $15 gets you a producer credit and your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which we're now at. So I guess we'll do this.
3,
Ready,
Patreon.
sad, go.
Hold
2,
on. Hold on. I have to open it. Patreon is so shit. Like the site.
2.
This is a boy Buck Corral.
Can you
Wait,
can you do his
this-
intro like perfectly? Have you figured it out?
I can't do it perfectly, but if I listen to it like 10 times, I get it because it's just like
Yo, so yesterday, guys, I posted something on Twitter, which is me going over my voice reel, doing like some creative voices. And if you guys would like, I could do some of those voices right now.
No, don't do that. What is wrong with you? Are you okay?
I don't know. Something's up. Something's wrong.
You
I
know,
gotta go to a doctor.
I've literally have never had the urge to genuinely hit you until now. Like that, like
Bro, honestly,
I felt it.
This has been the toughest few days of my life, and there's no good reason why. There's no good reason why.
It's just a random period of intense and unflinching turmoil.
I just feel stressed, and I don't know why I feel so stressed.
Well, our $15 patrons can help ease that stress by having their names dyslexically read at the end of the show. The Double O Dolphin, 1 meter long fetus, a level 1 cleric, Aaron Alvarez, Ab Sage, Halo Gremlin, Etherean, Alex Morrison, Alexia V. Britannia, Andrew Wang wants to give every American 1,000 dicks a month, aka universal basic income.
I like it.
Oh my
I love
God,
it.
that's
I'm all
good.
for it. I'm all for it.
I'm all for it too, I guess, because I have no choice but to be. Otts King, Beelzebub the Gimp, Ben Douglas, Ben, facts don't care about your feelings, but I refuse to go to Dave Rubin's wedding, Shapiro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what an asshole. Betty White's beautiful baby powdered body. Jesus Christ. Big Dude 0444, Big G with N fat _D, Black Nipple Gang, Caillou's cum-filled eye sockets, Cakes and Foxy
Oh my
PH,
God.
Carson Jones, Chris Bash My Coot, Chris Benoit babysitting service.
No.
That's good.
So fucked up.
That's good. He's one of the best Chris's. Chris
I
is
don't know, my favorite is
hidden.
Christopher Columbus. That's my favorite Chris.
Yeah,
ever.
those are the and Christ, I guess, counts. Chris,
yes.
Chris's hidden eighth nipple. I have 7.
Damn.
Damn.
Available.
Club COVID suites. What? Club COVID suite escapes in Minneapolis. I just don't know. Just don't know what that refers to. Cold Burb. Colonel Sanders gaping cum-filled urethra. Jesus Christ.
My God.
Count Cocula. Cuntious Pilot. Curtis Smith, Cyborg, Danglus Blampus, the ancient Roman ancestor of Dangle Blampy, Dank House, Danny
Nice.
DeVito's dank, delectable draconian dick, David Connolly, Death Corpse Guardsman, official terrorist of the Snark Tank Discord,
Nice.
Decato, Derpfest, DJ Zerdav, fuck you, Dotadod, I'm just gonna skip you, fuck you.
Oh no.
It's DJ _Zerdave, the anarcho dubstepist. but like
It's
it's got
too
all
many.
these random interspersed capitals.
That's too
and
much.
It exists purely to fuck with my dyslexia. I swear to God. Dodadod, Dovacunt, Dragazorath, otherwise known as Cunt, Dummy Thick Dave, Dunderhead, Emperor Palpatine, Epstein's favorite. Every time you paint a room, it gets smaller. I hate thinking about that.
That's true.
Yeah,
But it's a layer.
yeah, I used to think about this when I was a kid, and it would always like fucking make me feel claustrophobic every time I would paint.
You start squealing and going in a corner. It's shrinking on me. It's shrinking.
Fat Houdini, feed me Chris with your piss. God.
Ew.
Female Sonic admirer. God damn it. Fjalar Tandri Guttormson. We're on page 2 now. God damn, it's so many now. It's so many again. Flesh Puppet Panda. Fuhey, gasping for breadth. Gavatar, the Last Straight Bender. Girthworm Jim. Such a classic. I love that one still.
It's a really good one.
Granny's $5 gum jobs. A no denture adventure.
All right.
Holy shit. Fuck
That's
me.
so fucking terrible.
Oh my god. The Grudge the ground level devil. Gucci gang, my Gooch is gangrene. Guy Fieri's one-way trip to Flavortown in the back of his trunk. Heiko, Harvey Weinstein's latest victim. Heartless Wretch. Harvey Lee Boswald, HK9410. Hugger Derek, I have Dane Bramage. I kick-flipped so good your mom left your dad for me. If Smough was black, he'd be Tom Sweeney. Jabobo, Jason Tentacles, Jeremiah D. McRoberts, Joe Jolie, Jolly Old Dipshit. John, White Boy Extraordinaire. Julius Caesar has jungle fever. Kato Vox, King of Haphazard. Kingston's walking nightmare about Waluigi's meter-long noodle knob.
Oh my god.
Okay.
La Muffler, Limp Bizkit think they're black, but they're just gay. That fucked me up the first time I heard it. Luigi's eccentric linguine. Melphis one. Pretend there's a funny title here. Miguel, Mitchell Blackwood, Moto Zealot, Mr. Ninja Fox 117, Murder Ascended, Puon Head, Ramacles, the raunchy rapist of roads.
Oh my god.
Richter 86, Rumple Foreskin, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Moist Clam Sauce. Oh my god.
That's so disgusting.
Fuck, that's heinous, man.
Jesus.
Thanks for the 15, I guess. Ryan Klingler, Sarah McLaughlin, Goblin, your Conklin. Sergeant Sweaty Sack, Sherlock 93, Simp Biscuit, Slav Squad, the Globetrotter who dicked your mother's daughter, Stephen Breaker of Worlds, Bongs, and now Chris's kneecap for misgendering me. I didn't misgender you. I don't know who you are. I'll fight you.
Do it.
Steve
Do it,
Reagan,
you won't.
graduate of the Tariq Nasheed School of Audio Engineering. I'm never gonna make a better gag than that. That was from an old video.
Oh.
Because like you remember when Tariq? Do you remember when Tariq Nasheed made that video where he was like, and Steve Reagan, and his audio was like all blowed out, like all fucking peaking and shit. That's what that's from.
Dude, those were good times, man. I miss when he was like talking shit about us. That was great.
Yeah, it was a fun feud, honestly. That was like that was Tariq Nasheed was our shoe nice. I feel like.
Yeah.
That's so fucking ridiculous.
Suing Chris for Sharpie theft. I didn't take your fucking Sharpie. Sunny Chance. Sweeney's suicidal spell checker. Sweeney the kawaii waifu. Stitzrip Kema. That Nick Walker. The cosmic hippie. The father, the son, and the holy sween. The orc war boss Rak Eats Masha. The Progerian hunter. The supreme king of autism. The voices in my head promised riches beyond my wildest dreams, but all I got were 13 separate STDs. The Spectre Angel. Tickle my ass hairs.
Nice.
Timothy McVeigh's childhood frustrations of losing at Jenga.
What the fuck is that?
Is that a real thing?
Timothy McVeigh blew up an abortion clinic.
Oh yeah. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yeah.
That's so fucked. Toby Shootman, Tom Sweeney, voraciously butt chugging Chris's liquefied corpse.
Oh my god.
You need to help yourselves. You need therapy, all of you.
Take a break.
Tom Sweeney's ass-eating sex slave, feed me please, Sween, I'm starving. Tootsie, a.k.a. the pale cum goblin under Derek's bed and haunting Sweeney's dreams. Winthrop, Wormulon, keeper of the Elder Cream. Yummy, 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 come inside my tummy. Zesty Donger, and Z-Theory.
My god.
Gonna have
This
to...
shit got out of control again.
Gonna have to do it again. and find some other fucking bullshit to put in the fucking $15.
That's fucking crazy.
This is insane.
It's longer than it was.
It's way
when
longer.
You cut it.
Yeah, it's
when
longer
you
than it
cut
was. It's longer than it was when it was less. If there are those of you who are new here, who are new listeners, this initially was the $10 tier, but then the $10 tier was just overloaded, and it got to the point where it was taking up so much of the show. They were like, "All right, we got to raise the price," and now it's longer, if not, it's the same size, if not longer than it was when we decided that it was getting off the rails. So I'm gonna have to figure something out with this. How do they do this? Like, I know people who do this for like all their patrons, and it's like, how the fuck do you manage this?
I don't know, man. Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck them.
All right. Well, just to keep this episode short, we're just gonna cut it. Thanks for all you guys who support us. It really does mean a lot. Thanks for the fucking animations. All the shit that you do, all the shit that you guys do, that surrounds this podcast is wild. We love it. It's genuinely some of the shit that I look forward to seeing, like the next thing that people fuck with from this show now.
100%.
You guys are fantastic, honestly. Thank you for all this bullshit. We don't deserve it, so thank you.
Yeah.
Shut up. I think we do. Fuck you.
I do,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. You're both wrong.
Maybe
But
not
okay.
Sweeney. Maybe Sweeney probably deserves it less.
I deserve it. I deserve as much as you guys do. But whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking
Okay.
flip
Whatever.
flopping bitch. Man, get out of here.
Shut up. Fuck you both. You fucking dirges.
Do you remember
Fucking-
when I
fucking-
said, "Hey, Sweeney, come to VidCon for 3 years," and then you didn't come, and then the one
Remember-
year you said you did come, the fucking world collapsed?
It's not my fault. I didn't do this.
I mean, you did not come for the first 3 years, though.
And the world was fine. So based on circumstances, yeah, suck a cow cock, you bitch.
Yeah. You see that? That's you lashing out.
I don't think cows have cock, you dumb asshole.
I don't think. Okay.
You know what a
Sorry.
cow is? You fucking idiot.
He fucked you up. That's so bad.
No, it's not true. A cow is when you're not describing it. Then it's a heifer, then a bull.
Yeah, that's what you would say. Suck a fucking bull cock or a heifer cock.
No, I'm saying a cow. I'm saying a cow cock. All right. Just to let you know, if it has a cock, I mean it's a bull. Don't try to get me.
No, you don't
try
fuck.
to get me.
Don't
Get
fuck
outta
with.
here.
No, don't fuck with our English language, man.
Fuck you. I'll fuck with you.
All right, let's fucking stop. Let's stop this.
What have I got?